Hello, hello. Hello. How's everyone doing? Could everyone hear me? I'm just testing to make sure you can hear me. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jason. How are you? It's nice to see you. Hi, Rebecca. How are you? I'm so happy. I'm so happy you're here tonight. It's so good to see everybody. I just got off the phone with Josh. They will be calling in. And I've been watching. There's not a lot going on with the other case with Nancy. I know the time's up for the ransom, and they didn't hear anything yet. Hey, Dan, how are you, friend? Where you been hiding? I got so many wires here. This is like unbelievable, this setup. I'm just trying to get everything situated. We are just going to make Charge with Change come up and join. I'm going to do that instead. Let me see if I could find it here. It's not loading yet. Let me see. Let me go out and come in. I just want to bring Charge with Change so everybody is following that. There we go. Hey, Lady Jane, how are you? And for those who aren't following, there's Charge with Change. That's the other account. We will be on that account most likely tomorrow night, but I always put either myself or Charge with Change. Oh, Lady Jane, I called him and I got a voicemail. I know, I'm like, answer your phone. Answer your phone. I did see Cameron's. Yes, I did. So sad. Dan, you know what? We are going to start fighting, me and you. What did you send me? Oh, my God. Dan, guess what? Now we're going back and forth. This is crazy. Wait a minute, guys. Look at this. I look really tiny here. Look at this. Oh, my God. Only Dan. I can't with you. No, get that. You're no angel. Oh my God. I'm done. I'm done with you. Hey, Paula. Oh, I got nervous. I thought John was saying I can't make it. He's like, I can't wait to talk to you tonight. I got nervous. I'm like, oh no. Did you see that? Look what he did to me, Dan. And I thought he really liked me, my friend. Hey, Parker. Yeah, it's so sad. I did see the son. They just want to hear from anyone, you know. They're not even for the ransom. No one reached out to them. Hey, Kelly, welcome in. Hey, Lisa, how are you? How's everyone doing tonight? So we're waiting on Josh and John. I got to get my two phones ready because, of course, they call on separate phones. Let me charge this a little more. There's no updates, none at all. We're sitting at the same thing we did today. No updates right now. But now they said on CNN that it was the son-in-law. dropped her off, but according to the sheriff, he said it was family. That's what they're saying now. And they said that he made sure she was in the house. I don't know. So a lot of people in here know. Let me see. A lot of people in here know that, and not everybody believes in, yeah, I do. Thank you, Paula, in mediums, but I have a friend who's a medium, and she gave me her take on it. One second. I just have to add these. It's been working, so we're adding. It's been working. Parker, so everyone knows. I know no one contacted them. I mean, I don't know who believes and who don't. Oh my God, Georgia, thank you. Who asked Parker? Parker, you know my theory on this, who I think's involved. The daughter and the son-in-law, Annie. Well, the medium told me that the daughter knows. Annie knows what's going on. That's her take on it. She said she knows what's going on. She knows what's, and guess what? And I had to stop talking to her because I had to come live. So I'm going to have a conversation with her. I just had a reading on Sunday. For those that believe in it, I had a reading on Sunday because of my son who passed away. And she told me stuff. Kiki, so you know what she said? She said my father-in-law was there who passed away. And she said to tell, now she never met my in-laws. We don't know her like that. I just met her in 2012. My father-in-law told her, tell MargeC, he called me MargeC, that I'm still making my concoctions. Now, who even knows that? Like, and my father-in-law every night at dinner, almost every night, would like mix ginger ale or Sprite and put juice in it. And he used to say, here goes another concoction. Okay. And she gets such great messages from my son. Oh, Lisa, yeah, she is. Like the one I'm dealing with. And she doesn't do this for money, she does it for money, don't get me wrong. When she does readings, she has to charge. But when she volunteers her times for parents who lost their family members, like for parents who lost their children, she volunteers for our group. And that's how I met her. Oh, here we go. We got a call coming in, and I think this is, which phone is this? Oh, no. I'm not sure. I think it's Josh. I got to look.
Global Tel Link.
I'm not sure.
Call from
Josh, I was right. But I'm going to revisit with her, and we will talk again. I will revisit with her.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. To accept this call, say or thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Hello, Marge.
Hello, Josh. How are you, friend?
I am wonderful.
You doing good?
How are you?
I'm good.
Yes. I was able to get something down the gullet and wash off the feathers and ready to fly.
I'm ready to fly. Well, that's good. Hey, Lauren. Lauren says hi, Josh. Lisa says hi, Josh.
Hi, Lauren.
Lisa's there.
How's everybody doing?
Good. Our girl.
Hi, Lisa.
Our JMJ Lisa.
Awesome. Dora's busy with a live over Miss Guthrie.
A lot of people are covering it. There's nothing new. There's my friend April. He's here. Did you get my message a little while ago? Did you get my message?
No, I
Oh.
just got out of the shower and made it down into the quiet room.
Oh, I was hoping you saw that.
Oh, I did not.
Okay. All right.
Do you want to fill me in?
Well, I can't now. We're live. I wanted you to read something first.
Okay.
But it's okay. I don't know. You can't read while you're on the phone, right?
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't.
All right. That's okay.
Yes.
Lisa says, yes, the JMJ show tonight. That's right, Lisa.
Yes. Hopefully John's tablet will be working tonight.
I spoke to John, 1 second, via Messenger. Let me make sure. And he says, I can't wait. Talk to you in about 10 minutes. And that was at 8:20. So it's 8:30 now. My time. 5:30 your time. So he said yes. At first I read I can't, and I was like, oh no, don't say you can't. But it was he can't wait. I read the I can't without going forth with everything. 1 second. Now you can wait. I'm getting a message from TikTok. Now you can pin the list of products featured in your live. Okay. So I don't know if you know, TikTok was a U.S. company, bought TikTok. So with the takeover, there's so many changes. Hey, Honest, there you go. There's so many new changes and things happening for us. So, but it's working. It's working. I think it's getting a little better. Thank you, Cajun. Thank you.
Well, as you know, like, I have no idea what TikTok is, only what you guys
That's
explained
true.
it to me. A friend of mine here, who hasn't been down that long, was able to kind of explain how the ins and outs it works. And I still don't understand it because I can only picture in my mind's eye what he's explaining, you know.
That's
as long
true.
as you have it under control and everybody else understands it, I'm good.
That's right. And it's because all my friends, my mods take care of everything. They got this together for me in the chat. And I'm here. So I just want everyone to know, yes, it is a live call. It is a live call. They have tablets, so they can call from their tablet.
Yes, we have a state tablet. We can get messages. We get phone calls. We also have education on there. There's an app in there called Edobo. You can actually look it up online and see what it is. And I don't know if it specifically was designed for incarcerated individuals for the prison systems, but it is a wonderful platform or app. I don't know what you call it. It's an app that has, we can type in the search bar anything, and it will give, if it doesn't have that exact topic, as you guys know, it'll bring up something close. And I mean, it's just, there's so much stuff on there. And a lot of stuff has been designed and put out by nonprofit organizations that are geared toward bringing it into not only California prison system, but nationwide. So John's been working on some stuff that goes with IPEP, which is the Integrated Peer Health Education Program here at Donovan that is unique to Donovan, that is board recognized for BPH. And he's putting together some of the major, areas of emphasis to understanding self, As I always say, being found suitable at board is a byproduct of the personal change that we go through. And it's a long journey, Some people get it right away, some people don't. And John's been working on a core curriculum that covers, the ACEs, what are causative factors, what a lot of the stuff that overlaps into each area.
And John's on the phone now. John just called in.
Yeah. Hello.
Here's the man. The man of the hour is here.
Wow, that makes me want to call back just to hear that again.
Here we go. That's right.
Hi, Mark.
Hi. I miss you.
Hi.
It feels like
You too.
I know. I feel like I've been disconnected from you.
Yeah, we have, totally. And, and our technology is really, really not that great on top of it all. So, Yeah, but here we are.
Yes, absolutely. And we have a lot of people who
Yeah.
joined us. I'm so excited. And I have Josh on the other phone.
Oh, good.
Hey, John.
I'm just kidding.
Josh who? Right?
How you doing, buddy?
I can barely hear you, Josh. Maybe
Uh.
I don't know. Can we move a little closer?
Okay, let's try this. Yeah, he asked how you were
Can you hear me
doing.
better now?
Could you hear him better?
I can hear you a little bit better. Can you hear me fine, Josh?
I can hear
yeah,
you're a
that's-
little
that's-
low, but you
that's a
always
lot better.
are. I have to really.
I know, and I have the
uh,
phones up really, like I have them all the way up, and I have a mic on also. But
But just
Can
sometimes.
you hear me better now, John?
It's aligned really well.
right, Josh, you want to ask him
Yeah.
again, so maybe he could see if he could hear you. Go ahead, go.
Can you hear me, John? Can you hear me good enough now? Better?
Yeah, I can hear you a lot better now.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you hear John?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he could.
It comes in and out.
Yeah, he said he can hear you.
Sometimes, you know.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
it's technology. You know.
Yes.
I mean, hey, we're doing better than 2 tin cans in a string.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really can blame it on that
Yeah.
awesome Florida weather.
Awesome Florida weather.
Yes.
It's freezing here. It's cold. Well, it's not today.
Oh, today.
Today I'm messing with you, not
We don't
today.
wanna- Yeah, because we had beautiful San Diego weather here today. Beautiful.
Okay. Yeah, it was like
Absolutely
50, it was like 56 here today, and it's going down to, I think, 44 tonight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, no,
it's been going to 21 and 24 at night, so.
No, John, I was just kind of explaining what a Dovo is and the stuff we can do on the tablets, the videos and stuff with that, the education and all of the realms and the work that you're doing for IPEP to put out this thing on, put IPEP into Adobo, and what it does for us, you know, it's kind of gives us the opportunity, what Adobo does, you know. Plus the other stuff that's on the tablet, on the tablets, you know, that we get the newspapers, your major newspapers,
Yeah.
and some of your entertainment stuff, so we can stay kind of connected and up to date. I personally don't watch TV, so I get my news and updates through the news. I know AI is big out there, and ever since the apps turned to AI, I really don't care for them. They
Right.
miss a lot of words, and there's no emotion, and you know, we get time at Newsweek and stuff like that, and it's pretty crazy how everything's gone that way and taken out the actual human connectivity of it. And I've never really used AI, I don't know much about it, but I can really tell the difference when we were able to when they switched our platform. I don't know if it's that way on the internet for newspapers out there, but I know AI is absolutely awesome and has to do all kinds of cool stuff, but in
Yeah.
our world of you know, preparing for board and doing the work, it takes the emotion out of it.
Yeah.
So
You have to
for
be.
me personally, it's something that I guess we're going to have to get used to as the world is turning to AI. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna get started, and I'm gonna introduce you guys, do you want to call back together? Because you are like a whole 6 minutes apart. Do you want
Absolutely.
to?
We
Do
wanna
you want
be
to?
in
You want to?
tandem.
Yeah. Do you want to do that, and then we'll get everyone. When we'll get started.
That sounds good.
All right.
That sounds
Okay.
good. Let's
Do I need to go read this message, Marge?
If it takes too long, you don't have to. I'll tell you when you call
Okay,
back.
I
I
will.
could tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll call back.
All right.
Number will be
Bye.
monitored and recorded.
Okay, so we have Josh and John with us tonight, and we have them call back so I can answer the phones together because it does get annoying they have to call me. For those of you that don't know, they have to call me every 15 minutes, and it can get a little trying. So we try to keep it where they're in sync with me, so I can just answer at one time. Hey, Bree. So that's what we're going to do. Rather than have one call and the next one call and have them both call. How are you? There we go. Oh, they had to call exactly the same time.
You have a prepaid call from. This is Global Telly. You have a prepaid call.
I feel like a telephone operator. Thanks,
Burcham
Bree.
Jonathan Correctional Facility, San Diego, California. This call and/or telephone number will be monitored and recorded. This call and/or telephone number will be monitored and recorded. Thank you for using Global Telly. You will not be charged for this call.
Okay, 1 second.
To accept this call, say or dial 5 now.
Let's get John back
Thank you
on.
for using Global
And give me
Telly.
1 minute, everyone. Just give me 1 minute. Are you there, Josh?
Yes,
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
I'm here.
Okay. Wait a minute. 1 second.
Sounds
All right,
like you're underwater,
listen.
John.
I paused the live real quick. I just wanted to let you know that, let me see. 1 second. I spoke to April and his name is Brian. You got that?
Brian,
Yeah.
what's that?
For Josh. Do you got that, Josh?
Oh, okay, gotcha.
No, I did not.
Okay.
I
1
didn't
second.
get it.
All right, 1 second. I don't know what is going on. But anyway, we are going to get started. I don't know what's going on with this. Give me a second. All right, let me make sure I got this on. So tonight we have Josh and John with us. What is that? Okay. I keep getting messages from, I'm sorry, TikTok. And if everyone could tap the screen and share it out, I appreciate you. So yes, Josh and John are joining us. They're here with me usually on Thursday evenings at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Not their time. It's 5:30 there? Yeah, 5:30.
Yeah, 5:30.
5:30? Okay. So, and everyone knows that Josh recently got moved, and a lot of us were concerned. We didn't know if it was a good or bad thing, but you did explain it's a good thing.
Yes, it is a good thing. So I got moved to a programming yard where it's a level 2 program. Where John and I were at down with John, it was a level 2 program as well. But in California, we have 180 design buildings and 270 design buildings, which means that there's an A section, B section, and C section in a 270. And there's 100 cells, 2 tiers, 50 top and bottom. And in a 180, it is the same building, but there's walls between A section, B section, and C section. So you only program with your with A section. In a 180, that's your maximum security, and I think there's less cells. It's not quite as many cells. I think it's only, John, help me there. I think there's only like maybe 20 cells instead of maybe less than that.
Yeah, depending.
But in a 270, where John was at is in 270. Well, now I'm up on Echo Yard, which is more free. It's more open. The pods, you live in a pod with 6 men, and you have your shower outside. The dorms are set up to where kind of like A pod, B pod, C pod, but there's 11 rooms in each pod, and it's a little bit more open. There's a lot more positive programming, a little bit more freedom than down where John is at. It is a good team. So still doing the same things.
Okay.
Just a little bit more freedom.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a bad thing. It was a good thing. It was kind of spur of the moment. When the opportunity rose, we had to take advantage of that and make the move. So that was why we weren't able to be on last Thursday night. So apologize for that, but
No need.
we still got some good stuff for tonight. So
Yeah.
hopefully in the near future we'll be able to get John up here back to his home. He was here for 8 years, so we can continue to do what we do. But we're able to do charge with change with Marge still, so that's a positive. And I know
right.
John's down there still doing what he does, and now I'm just getting acclimated to Echo Yard up here and how it works. So yeah, that's what that's about.
Great. So John, what do I have to do to get you moved?
Yeah.
What do I have to do to get you moved? Tell me who to call.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and
I was
recorded.
up on Echo Yard, where he just moved to. I was up there for 8 years, and the way that I ended up here on Bravo Yard was I had gone out to court for resentencing about this time last year, and I was gone for a while. When I came back, I ended up on this yard because they had already given my bunk away on Echo Yard. And so when I got down here, I met Josh, and we hit it off great. And we started doing the same program that I was running that I had originated with Dr. Hauser up on Echo Yard.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
And it just took off. And but the whole time I had anticipated on having to go back to Echo because, like Josh was telling you earlier, we have some plans with an app on the tablet, some other stuff coming through. And that's where I was from. So I wasn't actually even supposed to stay down here this fall. But as things work within the prison system, I kind of got stuck here for just a little bit. Some things came up and some paperwork that they hadn't expected. So, but to your question, Marge, what can you do to get me back up there? I don't think you have to do anything. I actually met with the captain today, and he clarified everything that was going on to me. So it seems like it's just going to be a matter of time now. In CDC, in the Department of Corrections, time can be a day or it could be 3 months. Who knows? But
Right.
you know, we have a good program.
That's
and,
great.
You know, I'm not too worried about it. I know everything's going to work out. And as long as we get to meet here, I think everything is, you know, I got faith. Things happen for a reason, and it's been a real blessing being here. But it's about time to get back up to Echo Yard. So
Okay.
I'm hoping Josh can keep an
Well,
eye out for an empty
we're
boat.
trying to get that done, and in a short time, hopefully, with like you say, you know, hopefully we can get that done here shortly.
Absolutely. You guys are so positive with everything. Like any negative, you always have a positive about that negative. Like always, like things that would frustrate the normal person like me, you know, a lot of times it makes me stop and think, you know, like there's always a positive.
You know, it kind of really ties right into post-traumatic growth. It really does, because when we talk about these things, it's about overcoming and adapting and understanding to adverse experiences. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. And we live so many years in a negative mindset, you know, kind of like you were saying about the text message just a minute ago, Marge, when we just see, oh, I can't make it. And then we automatically project negativity.
Right.
Instead of the positivity, right? That's just how some of us are conditioned our brain that way. So through the work that we do to live a healthy life now is understanding and overcoming these processes to think like, okay, well, maybe it's just not on my time and that's the problem, or maybe there's a reason that I'm not sure for this. Maybe I better ponder on this a little bit more, you know, because
This call and your telephone
life,
number will be monitored
Right.
and recorded.
Because I didn't even mention that to John. So, John, I didn't open the whole message when I went onto the app. I just saw, I can't, and you wrote, wait to join you. And I was like, oh no, I can't make it. Like I panicked for a second. Not that, things happen, but I saw I can't, and I didn't read the whole thing. And what did I do? I assumed, and you shouldn't do that.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yes.
Yes.
I was
Wait.
let off with I can't.
Right. Hey.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
Do we have any questions? Right away.
Are there any questions? Does anybody want to join? If anybody wants a box, as long as I know, and Lauren, as long as we know them, because I saw a couple names in there, it made me nervous because I don't know them. What have I shown? Exactly, Lauren. I know. Lauren's yelling at me already. She's telling me, what did I tell you about reading the whole message?
That's great.
Right?
Yeah, well, from now on, I will make note of that.
Oh, it wasn't you. It was me. But so if anybody wants to join, as long as I know you, I have my friend up here with me. So Brian is up here with me.
Okay.
He's
Brian,
back. He's
Brian had
back.
asked me
Yeah. Hey, John. Hey, Josh. How are you guys doing?
time out of your evening
Oh.
to join us. How you doing tonight, Brian?
Doing great, man. Doing great. It's I'm glad to hear you guys' voice. How are you two doing?
Well, I'm great. I'm blessed.
Yeah, that's I love it. I love it.
In this platform right here, and being able to share the people. Platform right here, and being able to share the people.
No, it was somebody. It's okay. I fixed it. It's good. It wasn't John.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
But John's here.
John's here. That's right.
John's here.
And Brian, you have Josh working. Go ahead, John.
Well, I was going to say it's really good to hear Brian's voice too, and actually, I was looking forward to just being in this space tonight, especially because we missed last week with Josh's move, and the conversation that we had 2 weeks ago was just so fitting, and it actually kind of set up Josh's move up to Echo Yard because. It was, anytime there's a change in your program or your friendships or things like that in here, it is a stressful experience, and nobody likes it when their friends, move on. But so it's really nice to be in this space and hear some friendly, positive voices because it's a blessing to be alive, and it is a blessing to be able to connect with our friends and family. So. And everyone on charge with change is our friends and family. So
Absolutely.
It's okay.
Absolutely. You're stuck with us now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Josh, do you want to tell us a little bit about what you were doing? Me and you spoke a little bit about what he asked you, and you said you can finish. You were ready to start.
Yes, Brian last week had asked me, what does December 4th, 2029 look like post-incarceration? And, when I sat back and I thought about this, because I have parole plans, and I put this all into perspective, and we have this plan. That's why they're plans, right? Of course, nothing ever goes to plan. But in reflecting back upon what does that look like now, 2 years after suitability and supposed to be going home, does any of that change? The short answer is no. The long answer is absolutely. I will be older. I still feel that I'm not going to say immature, but I have grown up in prison, even though I came in at 35. So I matured in prison. So on that day when I walk out, I will be able to hug my father the way I really, really need to hug him and hold him. even as we go through this Alzheimer's diagnosis. That's it. But what does life look like?
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Let's call back before
All
we
right.
get into that.
Call back. All right.
All right. Okay.
Here we go.
All right, we call.
There we go. They have to call back, of course, every 15 minutes. And I heard in March, they are supposed to extend it to an hour if everything's okay. I'm not sure. That's hearsay right now.
Such great news to hear he was moved. And
it was positive. When he called me, he was like frantic last week, but I took it that it wasn't a good thing. Here he was nervous because he couldn't come on and be live with us. And I told him that's the least of my worries, you know? I worry about them first. If they can make it, they can make it, you know?
yeah.
But that's what it was. Let me just answer these.
You have a prepaid call from
An incarcerated individual
Josh
at
Burcham.
the RJ Donovan
An incarcerated individual at
San Diego,
the RJ
California.
Donovan Correctional Facility, San Diego, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Okay, we're back.
All right.
All right.
John's back too?
If John's back too.
All right.
Yeah.
So when that day comes, there's a few things on that actual day when I do walk through the gate, and hopefully one day it's sooner than December 4th, 2029. But my family is well aware of what that day looks like for Josh. It's a rebirth of who I am. I have become an individual today that has emotions and feelings that I didn't have before. But I also have an understanding about life and how small we are in this world that we live in. When I walk out, I want Costco trail mix, my dad, and I want to go straight to Imperial Beach. Now, if anybody knows where Imperial Beach is at, it's right next to the Tijuana River, the border. So the water isn't all that beautiful. But it is to walk into the sand with my dad and put my feet in the wet sand and allow the water to lap up onto my feet and to just really experience that moment, to be present, to realize how small we are in this world and how much that our actions can remove us from this world and also create trauma, and not only in our lives but other people's lives, and just trying to have that cleansing on my feet that I'm going to be okay. And as I walk, when I walk my walk in faith and with my Father and have my family by my side, it's going to be the rebirth of who I was born to be. A person that is loving, that is caring, compassionate, is empathetic, and is here to help others. And whatever that looks like, I'm not sure yet what that path is going to be. I know that I have, as far as employment and things like that, those things are already in place. My cousin is thankfully given me the opportunity to come back into what I love to do is work on cars. So employment, that's not what I'm worried about. I don't have to worry about employment, thankfully. I will be in transitional housing for 6 months, so I will be able to acclimate back into society in a slow pace that is allowing me to be present. Because for 35 years of my life, I was not present, ever. I didn't have the ability to respect, let alone take in the things that were positive in my life, that meant something. So that's what my life will look like into the chapter of who I want to be. And that's the beauty in who I have become today is I have the ability to make my own choices. I have the ability to say no to certain things that I don't want to do. And I also have the ability to accept people into my life that are positive, that are good for me, even when I don't maybe not think so. So what that actually looks like, I have a picture in my head that it's not going to be an easy road because I was that person who lived for other people, not myself. So I get to go out and be Josh, and whatever comes my way, I can choose to be part of or not be part of. And I know that may be kind of vague in what I'm doing. I'm just allowing myself to be, if that makes sense.
Yes, it makes perfect sense. And I'm going to recommend some Carl Jung is a famous psychologist, and if you would read some of his quotes, you don't have to read his books, just pull up some of his quotes and read some of those, and I think they will you will benefit greatly. That's Jung. It's it's such a can, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. It was Carl Johns.
Jung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And
I'm breaking it down.
and
Jung.
yeah. And just look up some of his quotes, and I'm not giving you another task like I did last time, but uh, somewhere down the road we can have a conversation again, because sometimes it takes a lot to realize what you're reading and trying to figure it out. But his is pretty well written, and I think it coincides perfectly with where you're at, your thought process, what you see in your future.
Well, Brian, thank you for that insight and also for the quotes. I I hear what you're saying about sometimes it takes a minute to process things,
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more at this moment.
This call and/or telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Scattered Mind by Dr. Mate, and
Mhm.
I have to read some of these chapters 2 and 3 times just to really. It's about ADHD, and it really speaks to me. Mate can really put it there. So yes,
Right.
It takes time to actually process, sit back, and understand what am I reading, because I'm ADHD, but also so I can really get the full impact of what it is, and sit and reflect and meditate, really soak it in. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, it's you're a faithful man like I am. You walk hand in hand, and I think it's something that has helped me on top of my faith, to understand people, societies, things, the way people think. And when it comes to reacclimation, I think it is a really good point to get some of that under your belt and see society in a different light. You went into prison and you have created a high value person in yourself. And as you're saying, when you come out, there's things you can do, a job and things, but continuing to create more value in yourself, the value that you want. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
And I have somebody asked a question in the chat real quick. John, can you? I think to an extent. Someone asked if you can use the internet. I don't think. Can you? To an extent.
We have super limited. We have really limited internet access because the laptops that we have are student laptops when you enroll in college, and so You can't Google search. You can do research to a certain extent,
Right.
and then we can look up sort of like I do research for all of the books that I've been working on, things like that. But as far as like Googling and searching out things, that's pretty limited. However, because we do have good sponsors that help with our programs, I turn to them all the time and ask them to look up things. So if anybody has any recommendations or something that I should look up, I'll definitely write it down, or Marge, you can send it to me, and I'll get somebody to look it up and get back to you. And
Yeah, we'll get it to you one way, some way. I'll make sure of that.
Third party.
Call
Oh,
and
okay.
your
Third party
telephone will be
internet.
monitored and recorded.
I thought to a certain
Yeah.
degree. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they're just, you guys are just talking about Carl Jung, and so first thing I did was I looked up a paper talking about Carl Jung, because I know some of his, I've read some of Carl Jung, but it's like, okay, well let me look at
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
while I was listening to Josh talking. It's like, okay, yeah, now I can actually see how like some of the Jungian thought like has actually like totally fits what Josh is getting prepared for. As far as like trying to focus really on who he is as who his self is. So yeah, we do have a little bit of internet access. It's super helpful what we do have, but it is we don't have access like anything close to the outside.
Right.
Right.
But
Yeah. Because I know, like, if Keith needs something, he'll ask me to look up, he'll send me something to look up, then I have to send it back to him, things for the dog program, stuff like that.
right.
Yeah.
Well, and like I was, I just got done with the final draft of childhood trauma book, workbook that I've been working on for a few months, and it is where normally outside I could just send it to somebody and have them look at it. Here, it literally takes me having to find somebody that will print it out for me or email it to one of our sponsors, who then have to clear it and make sure it's okay for them to email to another person. And it just becomes a real pain in the butt, and that you have to go through about 4 or 5 people. But it's well worth it, because now it's out there, and it makes it's like Josh was talking about AI earlier. We don't have access to AI, so that means that everything that we work on in here is really us working like I've got to type out every line. Josh has to work through every page. So it really is a labor of love for the stuff that we get to do. But it's a real blessing too, because it means that we know what we're talking about when we actually talk about it, because we're not only living it, but we actually have to work through line by line, page by page. And I don't think that there's, like with Josh, there's not a lot of guys that will volunteer to spend their day teaching other people, unless they are actually, have a heart for it. And I feel really fortunate that we get to do that. And, it's kind of, I say it's a labor of love, but it really is. So I have no doubt that when Josh and I leave this theater that we're in right here, that things are really going to line up, because of the outpouring of heart that we've got to experience in here from others, and then we get to share it with others. So it's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
And I encourage anybody that has any questions about any of this to, send them, ask them, because it matters.
Absolutely, it does. Yep. And then someone in the chat, my friend Cheer Mom, she said, I love this, what she said. She said, look in the front windshield window, not the rear view mirror. That's it. I love that.
Yes. Because
In the
there's
front windshield.
a saying as a car guy myself too, is There's a reason
Thank
why
you.
the windshield is as big as it is, and the rear view mirror is the size that it is. You know, it's there for every now and again to take a glance in it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
we look through the big window, and that's what's important of what's going on. And see that John always tells me, look at the bigger picture. Remember the bigger picture. And that kind of goes back to Brian about going to the beach. It's super important to me. I'm born and raised in San Diego, and I'm not a beach boy.
You have 60 seconds
But
remaining.
I have spent time with it.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
When you look at all the grains of sand on the beach, those are us. And that's how
Yeah.
small I feel in this world now, when I thought I was this huge, important person in the world, when I was really just hurting, and I wasn't. So, yes, it is the big picture. Call back, John?
Call back. Yep.
Yeah, let's call back.
Okay.
Okay.
I wish they could fix with the phone. I don't get it because it's not like they're holding up anyone else's, like the line for a phone call. They're in their cells, they're on their tablets, and we don't pay for the calls. Not in California, let me just say that. Not in California. But they have this every 15 minutes. And they're so positive. Both of them are very positive. They really are. Like I'm telling you, things that would frustrate me, they're okay with things like that. One of them neither one of these two. Another inmate, he didn't make it with board. They denied his board. And I was like, oh my God, I would be devastated. And you know what he said to me? I'm not ready.
This is Global Telling. You have a
My
prepaid
time will
call
come.
from
Josh Burcham.
an incarcerated individual at the MargeC Jonathan Correctional Facility
They really
in
are.
Burcham, California. Your call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid. An incarcerated Thank you for using Global
The
MargeC Jonathan Correctional Facility, San Diego, California. This call and your telephone
We are
number will be
insane.
monitored and recorded.
Yes, we
You have
are.
a prepaid.
And we're not a boy band.
That's right. I love that. Oh gosh. But you were saying? We don't. Exactly. We don't realize what we have. Yep. Compared to them. Absolutely.
You know, and it's bigger than me. And I lived my life that I was the biggest thing. And so now that's where, like John said, and like the person in the chat, you're right. The it's a big world, and it's a big picture, and let's all be part of it, you know. And with each other, in unison, you know,
Yeah.
love wins.
Absolutely.
Love wins.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And anybody else is welcome to
I
come
can
up.
really appreciate.
Go ahead, John.
Well, I was gonna say I can really appreciate what Josh was saying too about the big picture, because for us in here, because you have to think that we're surrounded by walls. Even when we go outside and have even a little bit more freedom, we're surrounded by walls. So we're in this secluded little community. So it's really easy to see the speck in someone else's eye and not the log sticking out of our own eye sometimes. Or the fact that, there's somebody else that's in our circle that wants to help us pull that log out. And so keeping the big picture in mind allows us to realize how ridiculous some of the little things that we find.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
In here, we'll assign importance to something that is so insignificant, and it's really
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
to keep the big picture as the big picture. And for us, it really is, being of service right where we're at and trying to. I don't want to say it's really trying to make amends, but trying to live out real amends and trying to live out this life where we can be as productive for the people around us as we possibly can without tripping over our own feet along the way. So keeping the big picture as the big picture, I think, is really important, and kind of aligns us with the real goal. The real goal is to after we've kind of done some introspection, to really help those people that are around us, and get to hang out with Marge and family on a Thursday night.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's big picture stuff.
Yes, it sure is. So if anyone has any questions or you want to join, please feel free.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
When we're talking about all this, and I'm thinking about how we adapt to situations in life, good or bad, right? We can adapt in bad ways and good ways. And going to what you were saying, Marge, about how we look at things positively, when we have been able to, through this growth from our past, we've been able to retrain our brain, but also work on our core beliefs. So what were the ideologies and beliefs that we subscribed to prior to this change, right? And when I look back at those and I think about how the dysfunction, how the distorted thoughts and these thought patterns, where did they come from, and how did I change them to have this outlook of positivity? When I look back at that journey, and I'm still on the journey. Don't get that wrong. I'm still moving forward in a positive direction, but it really challenged my core beliefs to be somebody that was able to be inclusive, right? Have others involved in my life that were meaningful, having purpose. And it started to make that picture grow, right, into the big picture. And that's where when my buddy Luna, he would tell me, if you're not adding goodness, and it doesn't matter what, you could pick up a piece of trash or just say good morning to somebody that you wouldn't normally say, that's adding goodness to the world every day. And it grows into the big picture of outside of oneself. And that is where the growth for me started to see that people are good. We need one another to feel good, right? It's that connectivity, because I was disconnected for so long about what that was, what that big picture entailed. Unfortunately, I don't have a strong family bond. I do with my father, but the immediate nucleus of my family, there was 5 of us, there was 3 boys and my mom and dad, is non-existent. It's just not there. And that pains me, right? It brings sadness to me, because it's just not the way our household was, but they haven't been on this journey. My family, my dad's been on a journey with me this whole time, and given me just extraordinary insights into himself, into my mother, and into the family dynamics. And I want to say that my journey has brought him positivity as well. But, for my family members, they're still living with that trauma from, maybe they don't see it the way I do, but I'm sure there's some things, some baggage left over from growing up, in the late 70s, early 80s. And how does that look? And what is their big picture? That's always something interesting to me, because in here I have a brotherhood, and a sisterhood. We do have transgenders here who are extraordinary individuals as well, right? Who have been through their own traumatic experiences, and being transgender in prison is not easy. I'm going to put that exclamation point on that. So, but I have family in prison that have been able to go on this journey with. Keith Erickson is one of them. Tommy Trauber is the beginning of my journey, to really dig in deep when he came into my life. So that big picture just keeps growing and growing in a way that I never thought of until I came to prison. And I will say it again, that my incarceration has been a positive experience to, I mean, as the topic says, to post-traumatic growth. Like, I've been able to grow from my own traumas, from my own inabilities to regulate my emotions, and understanding why I was able to do that. You know, I have answers today, and it wasn't easy to get them, but you know,
Right.
How do you feel on that, John? You got anything to add to that?
Well, you know, I really I can appreciate it because it's, you know, you and I have some similar. It's funny because, you know, we come from different backgrounds, but like most people in here, we have similar experiences. We've both been through traumatic experiences in our past, and then we've also caused traumatic experiences in other people. And I think that is fully by, you know, God's grace that we're able to be here right now and in a position to help the people that are around us, while at the same time, you know, taking responsibility for who we are and where we're going, and saying that, you know, some things that happened in our past to us and from us don't define us. And I think that a lot of I think that there are a lot of people that are still out in the world around us that, because of the way the world is so busy now, sometimes it's not easy to just take a minute and go, like, where am I? You know, where did I come from? But more importantly, you know, looking through the windshield and going, where am I going? And you had mentioned about, you know,
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
And I think that really resonates really well with this whole experience, because, you know, that growth that happens when someone's faced with a disruption to their belief system, right? You know, and that's what
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
it really challenges, like, what do we believe? Like, if you're a person of faith and something bad happens, it's like, well, like, God, why did this happen? If you're not a person of faith and something, you know, traumatic happens, it's still the same thing, you know? It's like, because, you know, core beliefs are those concepts about identity and, you know, ourself, and things that are predictable or things that we can control, and, you know, our beliefs in justice and fairness and morality and all that kind of stuff. And when those things get challenged, you know, they call into question those, like, assumptions, and that's actually kind of what makes up trauma, you know. And so we're faced with an opportunity where we can choose to either grow from it or be defined by it. And I feel really fortunate to be in a position now where we get to choose to face it head on and kind of grow from it. You know, the struggle is really real, but it's not just with us; it's with everybody around us. And I think that you know, having to deal with the struggles, the ruminations, and, you know, triggering things that happen, a sight or sound, something like that happens around us. I've heard in our circles, the circles that Josh and I get to you know, kind of traverse while we're in here, we use a metaphor of, like, a natural disaster, like an earthquake, to describe the effects that happen when our, you know, core beliefs are actually challenged like that. And it's like, you know, it is really like, you know, the beliefs that we work off of is like the way that a city runs. And when those things are disrupted, it can be really, really troubling. And the fact that we are in this, and, you know, I hear Josh talking about, you know, being able to walk with his dad on the sand, and just something as simple as that is just such a beautiful picture, because, you know, it really is rebuilding those you know, that sense of you know, mutual affection and love, and those are those things that we get to look forward to. But not only will we look forward to, but we actually get to participate in. And I honestly, like, just being here and sharing this with, you know, some of the listeners that we have over these, you know, months of hanging out with you, Marge, has been such a blessing in that way. I love that, because, you know, we get to to experience a little bit more resilience.
Marge.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Absolutely.
John.
What's
I have to log out. I got the 2-minute warning, so I have
Okay.
to log out. You want to log out and log back in?
and
as
they'll
well?
call right back in.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I think that I'm just going to hang out and talk real crazy about you while you're logging out.
I'm here for it.
Oh, man, I will make sure I get back real fast so that crazy can't talk too crazy.
uh,
All right.
Okay.
Be back in a couple
all right.
minutes.
All right.
All
Bye.
right.
They'll be right back. Hey, Pappy.
Hey,
I'm excited to have you up here.
Happy.
hey, Ball, what you doing, buddy?
Just talking to my buddies. I love these guys.
Oh, he called my new co-host.
Oh, A-Ball's a good one.
I love Ball.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love these, all of them. Keith as well. They're all great guys.
We know everyone loves Pappy. He's popular. Look at that. Hey, Mr. Popular.
Popular. I want to be popular. I'll never do that again. Don't worry. No, I've been doing a thing in my lives of asking people what's the one fond memory that they have in their childhood that creates that positivity. And I want those guys to see if they can go back in their mind to remember that one positive thing.
I love that. And yes, you have been doing that. I enjoy it. We were talking about you because I've been in those lives, as you know.
And have them answer that question. And what that does is it creates more positivity in their mind to where they think about several things instead of just one. And that, sets their mindset for the day.
Absolutely. Well, we'll get to it as soon as I play switchboard operator. I hate you got to see when I have three of them on the line. When I have to borrow a phone because I only have 2 phone lines. 5 phones, but 2 phone lines.
Wow.
When we do 3 people, I get like a little. I tell my daughter we need a switchboard in here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? We're back.
Yes.
So Josh and John, we're back here. My friend Pappy joined us. He's up in the box with me too.
How's it going, gentlemen?
How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing amazing. I want to ask you guys a question. I've been doing this in my life, and it's been working for the people out here. So I want to find out if this will work with you guys. I want you to go back into your memory as a child. What is the one thing that stands out that brought you joy? Your fondest memory of childhood, whether it be a tire swing, riding your bicycle with the hair blowing. What is that one thing that brought you the most happiest moment that you can remember?
I love this. We do this on his lives. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Me too.
Because I have one that comes right to my mind right off the bat.
All right.
And okay, then while Josh is thinking about it, the first thing that I grew up in the country in the younger part of my life, and we had horses, and I think for me it was 2 things: riding horses when I lived in Georgia, and tying up my horse and just walking through the woods in Georgia was probably one of the most.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I love that.
Yeah, riding horses, I think, and just that whole experience.
Did you ever go on that horse bareback and lay back on his butt and look up at the sky and see the clouds with that weed hanging out of your mouth?
Did you?
Yeah, exactly.
I know what you're feeling, brother. That's a great one.
That is.
Yeah, and And when you're 6 years old, you know, you don't have a care in the world. Everything is taken care of for you, and you still have trust and some innocence. And yeah, just a beautiful thing.
It's return to innocence, brother. Return to innocence.
Monitored and recorded.
What was that?
It's just returning to innocence.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And it's funny because, you know, we
for me,
grow up.
Oh wait, Josh, 1 minute. John was. I know you can't hear each other all the time. Go ahead,
no.
I know.
John.
Okay. But you know, it's funny because we spend so much of our youth trying to get out and away from innocence, and then so much of our adulthood trying to get back to it. So
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yep.
I'm sure Josh has something now.
Well, I was having a flood of, believe it or not, when you asked that question of, you know, the good memories. And I just get flooded with a bunch of them because my parents, we didn't have a lot of money, so we went camping and fishing a lot. And the fondest memories was fishing. My dad teaching me how to tie a knot, how to flip a jig. I've never been fly fishing, but how to fish for bass, how to fish for trout. You know, different types and styles and those things. And we used to go on vacation 2 weeks up into the Mammoth area and it's in the Owens Valley up in the Sierras. And we did that until I was 17 years old. My dad, after they split up, would take us in. Those are the fondest memories of fishing. Even as a little boy, trying to fish and catching fish, you know, that's where it was. With just my little brother and my dad. My older brother didn't care to fish, and it was something that was very still meaningful to me today. There's some other things when you go back to Brian in December 4th, 2029. Is a haircut and fishing. I could care less. I don't care what the order is, but I need a haircut and go fishing.
Now, question: did you ever hook your little brother or dad when you were casting?
Pardon me?
Did you ever accidentally hook your father or your little brother while you were casting that line?
Yes, I have caught my brother numerous times. Little brother never caught me, but I caught him so many times, and it never the lure, the bait never made it to the water. But I sure caught him, and it is something we laugh about today.
I love it.
Now, what I've tried to do here, guys, is create that positive energy of thinking positive about your childhood and returning you to that innocent moment. And what you just said, both of you just said, it brings back so many good memories. So we have returned to innocence.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, when I hear you say that, right, when we talk about positive changes, you know, there's many different areas, but what comes to mind for me when you say that, right, is the greater appreciation of life.
Absolutely.
At the forefront of it, just to appreciate life like I never have before. You know, I have an increased personal strength. My relationships are, you know, I have increased personal strength. My relationships are, you know, I have better relationships today. And who knows what the possibilities are, and also, you know, my spirituality, you know, these areas of growth that are associated with things that I wasn't thinking about, of what is the meaning of life, right? And when you say go back to that innocence, I was just having a conversation with somebody today, and my dad tells me I'm his 50-year-old, 13-year-old. I say that jokingly, but like arrested development is a real thing, right? Certain traumatic experiences happen in your life. It happened at 13, and it happened at 23 for me. So I really feel like I'm 23 years old. even though I've been in prison for almost 20 years and I didn't come to prison until I was 35, I didn't know what the meaning of life was. I didn't have
Absolutely.
what I thought were. But going back to that innocence is, I want to go back to when I was 13. That's when my life changed. My innocence was not taken, perhaps, but that is when I thought, and I wasn't a grown man. I, went to work and did things that no 13-year-olds should do. Earning money, paying my own way, realizing that I didn't need my parents. So now today I realize it, and so that gave me a warped sense of belief about what was important in life. Money, work hard, get money, play hard. That's not what it's about. Materialistic things aren't it. So we can grow from all these things and have a better overall quality of life and try to be understanding of the next man and also appreciate their view and their journey back to the big picture thing, And where is that innocence? And you know what? I don't know if John's older than I think we're the same age. So we'll just say we're just a bunch of overgrown boys at this point. But we can still be one thing that John and I like. We're still kids. We go back to find that inner child inside of us. Even though all of this stuff has happened, the good, the bad, and everything else, that we can still be kids.
Yep.
Still horseplay for not like we were 13 anymore, because we don't heal quite like we used to. But having a better outlook on life, Yeah.
And I absolutely love when you do this, Pappy, because it gave all of us a lot to think about, like in your live. And I usually go in lives with Pappy at night, and like that brought back my Sundays with my family, and it was amazing. And I think John and Josh know about that, because I spoke on that to especially Josh. We did the same thing every Sunday, woke up, went to church with my aunts, uncles, grandparents, church. Then we had to go to the cemetery to pay our respects. Then big family dinners all day long, food galore.
Right.
Yeah.
And it did get me to thinking back, and I think it was Josh that was talking about fishing. And I'm fortunate enough to still live in the same area that I grew up in. I can still fish in those same spots. I don't, but I should, and that's the point that I'm making there. We've still got the opportunity to live out some of that childhood. We
Exactly.
just seek it out.
That's all good.
Yeah.
You want to hear my fond memory, guys?
When you talk about Sundays, that brought up a whole nother memory of joy. The exact same. I mean, my family, we do the same thing. When I lived with my family in Pensacola, Florida, we had those same kind of experiences where every Sunday, it was church, and then we'd come home from church, and it was called supper, but it was about 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yep.
But it was always a big to do.
Yeah.
And I think that is just such a. I love the fact that here it is. We all have very similar shared stories of those little things that bring us joy, and I think that those are anchors for the heart, right?
Right.
Because no matter what comes up, you can still go, okay, well, I remember that, and that's even if I lose everything in a fire or a flood, I can't lose those memories. And what a joy it is to be able to grab a hold of those things.
Right.
And hearing Josh talk really reminded me of the difference between growing past the bad things, that we talk about. We throw around the terms like post-traumatic growth and things like that, and that's really what it is. It's like growing past the bad stuff. But the difference between that and adversity, because that growth represents a transformation, like a transformative change in choosing to move forward, where adversity is more about resisting resisting like the negative change that around you and the adversity that you face. It's not a bad thing; it's a good thing, but they're two different things. And I understand that a lot more having gone through this prison experience. And like Josh, I came in my 30s, and it's been almost 20 years now for me. And I feel like now I am actually, even though I worked for a living and did a lot of stuff before coming into prison, I feel like now I'm just starting to get my bearings straight on real, like, what it takes to really live a good life.
Right.
And what a gift that is. And
Yeah.
these memories, they just remind me of that. That's great.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Absolutely.
Great exercise.
Yeah. And Pappy, we want to hear yours. We want to hear.
One of my fond memories as a kid was when I would go to the public pool and look for the wet toilet paper or wet socks in the water. Because back in my day, that was before the girls really started forming their breast, and they were always stuffing their tops. So then I would figure out who it belonged to.
Who it belonged to. I love it.
That's funny.
You told us that one the other night. Absolutely.
And see, that's what it's all about. Life is full of innocence and laughing. If you can't laugh at yourself, you can't breathe.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
You're right. Yeah. Absolutely. All right. You want to call back?
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Okay. Call back.
Okay. I'll like that.
I could recite this woman's voice every time
Yeah,
I
no
got a
kidding.
recording.
But do you see what they just did? By asking them about one, they each gave us 3.
Absolutely. And you want to know something, Pappy? I never heard them talk about like anything positive in their childhood because they had so much bad that happened.
Yeah,
But
that's what you've got to do. I feel that strongly. It's just like music.
right.
Think about those songs you listened to as a kid because they will reconnect you with your childhood.
Absolutely.
And I think all of us want to be a kid again.
Oh yeah.
Josh Burcham.
An incarcerated individual at the MargeC Jonathan Correctional Facility, San Diego, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have received a call. You will not be charged for this call. California. This call Thank you for using Global Kill Link and recorded. You have a prepaid call.
There we
Thank you
go.
for using Global Kill Link.
All right.
Perfect.
Yep, we're back.
Welcome back, guys.
We're talking about memories and innocence, and when we go back, and even though we're talking about positive things, it really brings up inside of me the unmet needs, right? Of the loving and nurturing and the stuff that goes on, and like I listen to what you say, Marge, and it always warms my heart. It's almost like watching a movie, listening to you. Like it's a movie, and I can see your family, and I can see everybody having good times and all that. And there were times in our family that we did those things. Up until I was 13, we ate dinner for the most part at the dinner table. And then it was gone. And when I think about those good times, and how that dysfunction is a result of those unmet needs and how these adverse experiences, shape how we are. It's just, I was thinking about it and I was dialing back and I was like, wow, this is like such a full circle moment of the good and the bad, right? And thank you, Pappy, because we really don't look at the good ones the way we should.
Correct.
In groups that we participate in, multiple 12-step variety, right? But CGA, which is Criminal Gangs Anonymous, in step 4, how you make a list of those that you have harmed or you've wronged. But in there, it talks about how you list the good things that you've done, along with the bads and then the resentments. And I don't know what it made me think about it when I was dialing back. That's what popped into my head is we don't compare and contrast or look at the good things as much as we do. And thank you for that. That brought me down memory lane right now.
Yeah.
So, guys, here's the way I look at it. As we start as a child, the innocence, we all have choices through life to choose the left path or the right path. Some of us take the wrong path, but it's always going to come back to the main road. You've just got to make the right decision the next time. So what I challenge you to do is go amongst your peers there in the prison and ask them that same question.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm going to use that in our next round of groups.
See, I love that.
Yeah.
Give you full credit.
Absolutely.
It's going to be great.
Yeah. And you wouldn't be surprised with us just sitting around talking at night. Like so it's not always like a formal thing when we're live, like Pappy will start a live. We're just in there chilling and we just talk. And he does this. I was in like, I think at least two, maybe three times you asked that question.
Yes, ma'am.
And I loved everyone answering. Like, it was great to see all these answers coming through on what people, Bree had me crying when she started with hers. I was like, oh my, now we're crying. It feels good. And I appreciate that. I really
And about 80% of the response I have is that Sunday after church, grandma, grandpa's house, eating fried chicken.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh. Yeah. So at grandma's house and my grandma's house, it was tacos or mac and cheese. I love macaroni and cheese.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love butterscotch pudding.
Okay. Yep. Mine was all Italian food. We had to have Italian food, and it was like a buffet all day and all night. I'm telling you.
Wow.
Wow.
If anything, this has just reminded me of all the good foods that we've been missing out on, and the joy that's been that's going to happen the minute we get some of them too.
That's right.
Because I can taste the fried chicken. I can remember that, like for me, my granny loved me. I mean, she just loved me to death, and she knew that I love stuffed crabs. They're these store-bought stuffed crabs, but she would make them for me every single week. And I've never had them since she's passed. And but those are those memories that it's like, yeah, that is, and just having those memories kind of is a little restoration of that innocence. So I can really appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I wish we could. It would be. I can't wait for the opportunity to get to listen to some of the other community lives that you guys get to hang out and chill in.
Yeah, absolutely. And see, and then when you get out, John, you're going to be in Florida. So we'll get to go eat dinner together, and we're going to get Josh here too. Look at me. I have plans already.
Yeah.
That's
We'll do
right.
it. We'll have to do it. I'll have a Sunday afternoon dinner with you anytime, brothers.
Right.
Amen.
We would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you guys a little secret. I'm going to out Pappy here, but Pappy's a singer.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes, he is.
Wow.
And a great singer.
Wow.
Yeah, he'll come on and sing for us some nights. Yep.
Wow.
When you guys get out, come to Nashville, Tennessee.
He's in Nashville, right? You live in Nashville. I know you're in Tennessee. Are you in Nashville? Do you live in Nashville?
Yes,
or you don't?
ma'am.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. Yep.
Oh man.
Mhm.
I used to live in Tennessee too, in Clarksville.
Clarksville, Tennessee you lived?
Yeah, it's about 40 minutes from me.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years old when I lived there.
Okay.
I have memories of Clarksville, Tennessee, too.
Cool.
That's neat.
Well, I'm a little bit older than you guys, so don't count that against me.
Poppy.
What's that?
I said I'm a little bit older than you guys, so don't hold that against me.
He's not that much older. No, he's not.
I'm 60.
As I get older, age really does not seem to matter quite as much.
Wait, what did you say, Poppy? You're what?
I'm 60 years old.
See, you're not old.
So you're almost a grown up.
Almost. But I refuse to grow up. I refuse.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
That's why
I
I
refuse
said
to grow up, you know.
grown up.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
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 So good time.
Um,
Yeah. But now that I've grown up, I have to kind of I have to reparent myself. I have to learn things myself, and as I get older, I got to teach myself new ways and stuff like that. And it seems to be easier now, you know. There's not such this need for pressing of time, and as my dad says, he just says, I don't have to do much today, and if I want to, I can. And I know that when he speaks, you know, like time is precious, but also when I think about how old I am, I can't believe I'm 51 years old. I really, not that oh my gosh, I'm 51, but I can't believe I'm 51. And time, I don't want to say slows down. I think it's speeding up. It's like, before you know it, it's like, boom, time just goes by. And it seems like
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
we wanted to grow up so fast, and now I just want time to slow down and go back to that innocence as a child, you know, and be able to do those things, you know, in a world where it's, as a grown man, just to experience those things again, and, you know,
Yeah.
learn what it's like to develop healthy core emotional needs, you know what I mean, and understand what that is, and so I can.
yeah.
Yeah, I think both of you guys are going to have an awesome phase 3.
Yeah, right. I agree. I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and
Yes,
I
you know,
I honestly,
Go ahead, John.
I was going to say that I honestly feel like I am just now entering the prime of my life.
Yeah. That's
Right.
You know, what's the saying now? Like 50 is the new 30.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
I like the way that sounds.
Yep.
I was reading something in one of the papers the other day, and I agree with it wholeheartedly. It was about women having children into their late 30s, and how much better of a parent they were for waiting to have babies in their 30s and into their late 40s. And it's so true, right? Like, we're not old just because our number says we're old, you know. Especially when we take care of ourselves and we live a healthy life, you know. Like, it doesn't seem that strange to me for people to have children at that age, you know, because I don't feel like I'm 50 years old. I'm starting to look it, I think, when I look in the mirror. I got wrinkles in places I didn't have.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh,
my mind and my body is still feel young. You know.
yeah. You owe me an
I know this
updated
is a
picture,
cliche.
Josh.
No. Okay. You know, they say on the positive side of incarceration, especially for those of us that have been incarcerated for some time, but also the guys that are unfortunate that came in their 20s, they have spent, decades in prison, that depending on how they live their life, a lot of them don't look their age, to be honest with you. Some of them that come in late they look their age due to alcohol, drugs, and stress, but prison, there's a lot of individuals in prison that you would just be like, you're how old?
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
what a beautiful topic, Babby. We'll talk about innocence.
Aging. Well, I first off, Marge, I'll tell you, I actually have a picture of.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I have a picture of Josh and I together that I'm gonna find a way to send to you, because it's one that they took because Josh and I were it's a group photo with us and a couple other guys that were in our team down here for the peer support specialist program that we're in.
Right.
But yes, and I'm going to tell you that Josh does not look a day over 30 in the picture. I will attest to that.
Okay.
And
You have 60 seconds remaining.
so it's awesome because
You have 60 seconds remaining.
and that is one of the blessings of your eyes going bad as you get older.
Oh, please. You too.
Josh, you ready to call back?
Call back.
Yeah.
All right. Pappy, again, thank you, because I think they needed this.
Yeah, I mean, it's just release. I mean, the couple of times I have been in your live and I hear them talk about, the court things they're dealing with, all this other, forget all that. Let your hair down, release. You need that release in your life as much as anything else.
Absolutely. Because they're doing good things like in prison, they
yeah.
go to college, they go to courses, they teach courses. They're busier than me and you are half the times. Like I can't even catch a phone call because who's in college, who's teaching. They're so busy.
But they got to stop every now and then and breathe.
Yeah, absolutely. And they don't even have the dog program at their prison, at this one, or they would probably be doing that too,
Yeah.
But they're not just sitting around,
Oh, yeah.
Some people have the wrong impression about, people that are incarcerated. They just think they're sitting around doing nothing.
Wow.
Absolutely not.
Well, look at Gary.
Right. Exactly.
He's painting, doing word work. He's keeping himself busy. He calls himself well preserved after 35 years being incarcerated.
Yeah, absolutely. And Josh, Gary's who I told you about. Remember I told you about Gary, Josh?
Okay.
The one that's on the row, the Dora and everyone.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What?
No, he was talking about how positive he is also. I mean, look at him. He's been on the road for how long, Pappy?
35 years.
5 years.
His date is December 3rd.
But for something he didn't do.
For something he did not do.
Well, yes.
Mhm.
And we have a large population, Marge, as you know, here with the guys off the row as well.
Yeah.
And if you look at some of these guys, and even if we go back into juvenile LWAPs, juvenile life without the possibility of parole, these children at 16 years old, 16, 17, 18 years old, 19 years old, were sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. And we have a few of them here, and
Right.
it is crazy to even think of how positive they are, and that they still have, you know, their faculties,
Yeah.
that they haven't, their work kind of deteriorated mentally just from the fact of being incarcerated for decades. And especially the guys off the row, as John knows, well, up here on Echo Yard, they're not allowed up here because of close custody, and we live in pods up here. We live in rooms. So they're not allowed up here. And it's really a shame. I met some extraordinary gentlemen down there on where John got on Bravo Yard that were from the row that you would never know that they spent 30 years in a box, literally smaller than your bathroom.
Right.
And it's in the positive outlook that they have today for being off the row and being able to have the freedoms that they do have and to enjoy the things that they're able to enjoy. It's just, you know, it gives me hope and how resilient the human mind can be when one has the will to survive and the will to want to live through those traumatic experiences. You know, it goes back to post-traumatic growth. Just because, yes, we did something wrong. We are incarcerated, but to put somebody in a box, literally, for days and on end, you know, and what that can do to the human mind is, you know, as we know, is extraordinary. And these gentlemen actually have positive outlooks. You have a guy, Ika Amulu. He is on the IPEP team. And to see this gentleman facilitate groups, John, he is just something to watch. Absolutely. And to think that this, you know, this man he didn't spend quite the time that some others have, but any time spent on the road is cruel and unusual punishment, you know.
But Josh, imagine spending time on the road for something you didn't do. And it's proven, you know, that, yep. And Pappy got to meet his family. Pappy's very friendly with his family. Everybody's working
Will be monitored and recorded.
to get him released.
These are the gross misinjustices of our system. You know,
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
You know, I don't want to say it's easy, but it's fairly easy to put a man in prison for life for something he didn't do. You know how hard it is? It's damn near impossible to get that same individual out of prison for something he didn't do.
Right.
Absolutely.
And Pappy, I've heard him speak. I heard him speak to Caroline on the phone, on the lives, and I can't believe how, you know, his spirit is. I mean, I'm sure he's hurting. We all would be. But I mean, he will talk, he will laugh, he will, you know.
Yeah, and he's for the Seahawks on Sunday.
He's for the Seahawks. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, you know, I like to say, and by no means have I ever been in a dire situation as somebody who's on the road. But I have been asked by people, you know, even other people in prison, like, how do you have such a positive attitude? When I came into prison, with life sentences, you weren't leaving, you know. I refused to accept it. I refuse to accept that this is the end of my life, that this is going to be this dreadful, drawn-out, horrible experience, you know. I was given a box of rotten lemons, and somehow, and I was the rotten lemon, you know, and I was given the opportunity to make some of the best damn lemonade you've ever tasted.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was my choice to stay positive, make something good out of something bad, and because I wasn't bad, you know, yes, I made poor choices, but I realized that there was, you know, that I wasn't this person that I thought I was, or was told for years that I was, you know. So I give those men and women in dire situations, my strength and prayers every morning when I pray and meditate.
Absolutely.
To give everybody the courage and also the understanding that this isn't it. This isn't all. We make the best of the situation we live in the current moment. It goes back to being present. Like I said, I just want to be present at the beach. I want to be able to live my life.
Yeah.
I live my life for today, for this moment as we're speaking now. This is where my mind is at. I'm engaged. I'm here. Not thinking about what else am I got to do. And I fail with that. There's times when I'm not present. And that bothers me at times. When I'm sitting there, and I just, kind of reminds me of when I was in school. I just wanted to be any other place but school. Sometimes I'm here and I'm preoccupied with something else. I've learned to, calm my brain down, use my coping skills and strategies. And now, after reading this book, I have a better understanding of my brain. That's who I am today.
Right.
Being present. So,
Yeah.
That's a new thing for me. Even though my change is recent. I'm 50 years old, and I've only been this way for 5 years. And my change started at age 40. So relatively, I'm still a little kid, in my journey of being me.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Josh, I like what you said about being like a bad lemon yourself at one point, and it reminds me of that. I tell when we facilitate groups and classes, and we talk about these subjects, I like to tell our guys that when you walk along and you step on a splinter, you don't just grab yourself and grab your foot and go, oh my God, I'm a splinter. You don't define yourself by the worst experience that you're experiencing at that moment. And so it's the same for us. It's like you can't just walk along and go, oh, I am this worst event. I am this bad lemon forever. It's like, no, you really have to. You don't have to, but we're faced with the opportunity to make a choice to actually kind of flip the script around a little bit and do some good works. I would never have in a million years believed that I would be sitting alone in prison, but not really alone, but sitting alone in prison, helping other people be the best versions that they can be of themselves. And in that, actually being a better version of myself, and then seeing that in people, reflected in people like Josh and some of these other guys around us, including some of our friends that were formerly on death row that are here. And some of these guys are some of the most amazing individuals that you'll ever meet. And, mixed in with them, there's quite a few different varieties of other felons too. But when you look across the board, you look at people that are, children made in the image and likeness of the one that is better than all of us. And it's like, so it's a matter of really trying to pull out that better in other people. And when we do that, I think it actually makes us better individuals. And I'm amazed all the time the fact that we're in here and we get to do some of the things that we get to do. I mean, I just finished writing a book. I just finished writing the final draft of a childhood trauma course that I've done these before, but not to this scale. And this is like a big undertaking. And I never would have done that on the streets. I never would have done that outside of prison. And, just so to be able to have those kind of things, it's like, and to see that they actually help other people is pretty cool. And if anybody wants to look through one, they can just get a hold of you, Marge, and I will make sure that they get sent a digital copy. They can look through it.
Oh, okay.
Before it gets published. So any of your people out there that want to, take a gander at it, I can have our sponsor email it to them. So
That sounds great.
but yeah, it's real gift to be able to have this kind of stuff, and and then in this experience actually like make friends like Josh and these connections that we get to have in here. I mean, it is a crazy experience.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, you've had some
I've done
of our
things
death
for
row friends on the podcast.
I've had Carell has been on with me, and I still talk to Carell here and there. Ramon, right? Ramon, he was on with me.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Ramon was on with me,
Yeah.
and I message him.
Yeah.
But Carell will actually call me here and there. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He has such a big heart.
Yeah, he does.
This call
He
and
does.
your telephone number
Like
will
he
be
told me,
monitored
he
and
goes to
recorded.
work every day, 7 days a week, and he doesn't get paid for that.
Right.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
and he doesn't get paid.
Where, like,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
not a whole lot to do in prison. I mean, as far as work, right? You think we run the prison, we don't run it like that. We don't run the correction side of it. But
Right.
if it wasn't for us incarcerated individuals, we wouldn't have laundry, we wouldn't have canteen, we wouldn't have chow, we wouldn't have yard crews, we wouldn't have all these things,
Right.
And a lot of people, believe it or not, volunteer their time. Since I moved up here, I don't have a job, so I volunteer the sergeant's crew. I sweep and pull weeds and for nothing, just to stay busy, not to let the monotonous of the time get to you, And I'm not the only one. And like Carell, there's many.
Like Carell works in the kitchen, right? He's in the kitchen. Am I right?
Yes, he
Yeah.
works in the kitchen.
He's in the
Yes.
kitchen.
So does a couple of the other death row inmates,
Right.
You have 60 seconds remaining. You have
Very
60 seconds
proactive in
remaining.
the library and the general functioning of daily stuff, Very intelligent individual. Very intelligent.
Absolutely.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Do you want to call back?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Bye.
All right.
I don't know why it's doing that, but. And welcome in, everyone. Thank you for joining. See, I like how positive this turned around, Pappy.
Thank you for having me up.
Oh, thank you for being here. When do you leave?
I'll be leaving at 7 a.m. in the morning.
7 a.m. Okay.
So I'll be getting down there about between 2 and 3 tomorrow afternoon.
So it's what, about 8 hours?
About
or-
an 8-hour drive from Nashville.
Oh, all right.
An incarcerated individual.
And you're going right to set up, I heard, correct?
Yeah, I'm going straight to the venue, set up, and then go to the hotel.
Oh, okay.
Will be monitored and recorded.
And when is that happening? Saturday or?
Starts at 10 a.m. on Saturday, goes to whenever we decide to call it quits.
Okay.
And I'm sure people will be going.
I'm sure people will be going live, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to walk the city or walk the little town first and go into the gift shops and stuff like that and shop the shops where Crystal used to shop. And then after that, we'll be back and have the celebration of life around 1 p.m.
Okay. That's great. So that'll be about 1 p.m. and then you'll be singing at that, right?
Yes,
Is it
ma'am.
Okay. You don't have to be so formal and call me ma'am.
Okay, Marge. Thank you, Marge.
We know each other. People are like, they don't realize I know you longer than this because you just came back to the community.
Well, I mean, we have to take breaks every now and then.
But I've known you from before your
Yes,
break.
ma'am.
People don't realize that.
You've known me since 1912.
Happy. Oh, but
Yes.
yeah.
Wow. Great. Any other questions or comments
Yeah,
coming up
is
tonight?
there any other questions? Somebody did ask, and if you guys don't mind, somebody asked your ages, and I don't think you mind. 1912. They're laughing.
I'm 13.
Oh,
Tonight I'm 13.
13 tonight. All right.
Yeah. I'm 51.
well, yeah.
So
After our conversation earlier, I'm feeling like I'm 30 again.
There you go. That's what it's all about.
that's what it's all about, he said. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, I love that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, that's a no. I'm over 50 now, which is crazy because
Okay.
yeah, like I said, I still feel like I'm in my 30s, but
Hey,
yeah,
that's
and,
right.
and it's yeah, and I feel like life has just started. It's great.
So I got one more question for you guys, and then I'll shut up. What was your favorite song on the radio?
Okay. Your favorite song on the radio?
Ooh, current or past?
Either.
Okay.
Past.
Yes, he's saying. Okay.
Growing up,
See, I'm
Phil Collins.
I'm a music guy.
I can feel it
Wait a
coming in the air tonight.
Phil Collins.
Great song.
That's a real throwback.
Right?
You know, I would right off the top of my head, I think that I think Bob Marley and the Wailers, "One Love."
Oh, great song. That's another good one.
That's actually the song of the millennium.
Yeah, it's the song of the millennium.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
It's the song of the millennium.
I'm a big Bob Marley fan. Not just Bob Marley as a man. And if you're not familiar with Bob Marley as a man and what he done for his people, it's just phenomenal. He's a testament to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and for me, I grew up in a reggae culture.
So yeah, there's no. I don't have to tell you.
Okay. I love that.
And I actually I personally love music. I mean, it's hard to pin down one song. I grew up in a musical house. My mom was a musician. And so yeah, for me that music has always been a go-to and something that pulls me out of darkness when I'm in it, and also makes me like celebrate the light when I'm in that too. So music has always been a foundation for me.
Absolutely.
And my mom, and I give it up to my mom for that too, because she was in a band called the Ladybirds, and in the '60s, and they were a little radical, and one of the first all-female bands to tour the world, and I didn't know any of this until I was much older, but she instilled that love of music and that joy of music in my life, and so I have to give it up to my mom for that one.
I will check her music out.
Yeah.
It was Ladybirds, is that right?
Did you say Ladybirds?
It's all on the internet.
Okay.
Yeah, Ladybirds. There's two different, or actually there are three different bands after hers called the Ladybirds. But you'll definitely, if you Google the Ladybirds, my mom was the lead
This
singer
call
and guitar
and your
player.
telephone number will be
And,
monitored and recorded.
Go ahead.
And you'll definitely, and her stage name was Robin Sherwood. And you'll definitely see right off the bat why they were just so revolutionary for their time.
Nice.
They started off as a club band and actually toured and did some pretty crazy stuff. But there's actually sound clips of her music all over the internet. Of course, I don't have access to the internet, but I've heard them from.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
And it is something else being in prison and hearing your mom sing a song in the 60s that was recorded in the 60s that you'd never heard her sing before. And there's something else. So I thank the internet for allowing us to connect like that, because those are things that my mom didn't carry around with her. But by having the internet and having all these connections out there, that's something that's preserved now. So that's one of the things I really look forward to when I get out of here, is actually listening to her music as it was back in the 60s. So pretty neat.
That's so awesome, dude.
I love that. Yeah.
Incredible. A friend of mine, her dad was the lead singer of Spiral Staircase. I'm not sure if you remember. They were a one-hit wonder, but they were Ricky Nelson's band. If you remember Ricky Nelson.
Yes, sir.
Ricky's plane went down from leaving our town. So,
Yeah.
So, Marge, what's yours?
I don't know if anybody would know my song. It's by Chicago, Color My World.
oh yeah,
That was my wedding song.
That's a great.
Chicago. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's so special.
That was the first song I danced with my husband to when we were 15, and that was our wedding song.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely.
that's cool.
Yep. I know. I love that song. I do. But,
Sure.
yeah.
When was the last time you heard it?
Oh, it's been a while. You know what? I should play. It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while.
Yeah, you just might have to.
Yeah, right? Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
music is a real gift.
Bring
like
back
that.
some memories.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it sure does. That is a real joy.
it really is.
Yeah, I well, especially when you can associate it with joyful moments. You know, not
Yeah.
just being a good, not just being a good song because it's a great, because it's a great song,
Right,
but because it actually has a meaning for the time.
right, right. And my other one is Because You Love Me by Celine Dion. That was the song I danced with to my son, his wedding.
That's a good one as well.
My son picked that out for me and him to dance at his wedding. Because You Loved Me, yep.
That was awesome.
Now that I try to listen to, but I can't get through it. I can't get through it half the times. It's so hard. But I try.
That's understandable.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
With him not being here, it's hard, but I try it.
I guess my song would be Faithfully.
Oh, I love that. Faithfully.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
By Journey.
yeah.
And then there's also Here I Go Again by Whitesnake.
You had Journey playing the other night on your live.
Yes, ma'am. That's why I did that, because I was starting to get triggered from all the drama. So I just sat down and relaxed and played the whole album, Best of Journey.
That's what to me, and I don't. Music is actually medicine for me. So,
Same here.
And it always has been for me. But now, when some of you, I know Marge knows this, and
Oh, you got a 2-minute warning. 1 second.
I got a 2-minute warning.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to call back, John?
Yes. Actually, it is time.
Okay,
It's time for John to go to bed, though.
I'm gonna.
Yes, it
That's a
is.
little bit later.
No, I
John,
know.
It's not too far off.
are you signing out or are you calling back?
No, he's gonna call his kids. I know what he's doing, right?
Uh-huh.
Are you gonna call?
No, that's right.
See?
But this has been
Okay,
a real
John.
blessing. I'm so
Well, thank you.
for this time with everybody.
It's a pleasure meeting you, sir.
All right. Well, John's gonna leave us, but Josh is gonna call back.
I look forward to talking to you again, Josh.
I'll call
And
back.
Okay.
We'll talk again next week.
Sounds good.
Marge will.
All right, John.
Tomorrow.
Okay. Give me a call.
I sure will.
All right.
Bless you guys, and we'll talk soon.
All right.
Thank you.
Good night. Take care, John. He does at this time. He calls his children, and then he goes to bed early. John doesn't stay up too late because he's up at like 4 a.m. for work and classes and
Yeah.
yeah. So, but he does make sure he calls his kids every night.
That's awesome.
I know.
I talked for half a day, me and my brother, about the three of them the other day, and I just threw some scenarios at him, and of course, some of the things we talked about compensation wise and the value that they bring to the system, and it really changed his mind by the time the conversation was over, with what they have done, especially Keith, of course.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't be doing none of this if it wasn't for Keith.
Yeah,
Everything.
great man.
Mhm. Absolutely.
And now maybe those two will go back and ask Keith, what is his fondest memory?
Well, I'm gonna have to do that because they can't talk to him because he's not in there. He's in another prison.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, they're in Donovan. Yeah, they're in Donovan, and Keith is in Pleasant Valley. So
Gotcha.
he's different.
Um,
Josh is very good friends with Keith's wife, so he does call. He does call his wife. Yeah, but I'm gonna have Keith on tomorrow night, so I will do this with Keith too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Keith is a hell of a man. He really is.
Yeah.
Hey,
Good things are coming to him too.
yeah.
You know, I talk to Jamie every day, almost every day. My schedule is a little off, but I haven't got any else. Lately, what's going on? But
Well, you know what? The situation lately, I can't say a lot about it because we're live, but that situation called me today.
oh wow.
Yeah. So
Yeah, see, and this goes back to being patient because we want things when we want them, but God has a plan.
yep.
And He knows exactly what He's doing, and the timing is everything, right? And when we go back to the little spoiled brat or the little, dysfunctional brain of our when we were kids, we want the instant gratification to know this, and that's what prison has taught me, is to be patient.
Right.
And things will come, it's just not on my time, and that's opening up, for Keith. He is an extraordinary individual, and
And like this is, for instance, and I'm going to show them. This is what Keith is doing right now. Instead of resting because he does the dog program, he goes to college and he works. This is what Keith is doing right now. He is sending me. I'm putting it up here on the screen. All my questions for tomorrow night. For our guest tomorrow night, Keith prepares my lives for me for Friday night. And look, he's nice enough to sign love MargeC and Keith E when he does all the work. So I have to questions to our guest, but he does all this for me.
The foundation he has laid, and it.
Go ahead,
He
Brian.
is.
Oh wait, Brian. Go ahead, Brian. I know it's a delay.
Go ahead, Josh. Go ahead, Josh. I think you were going to say something, Josh.
I was just gonna say, that is where a lot of my inspiration comes from. Is Keith, knowing Keith and knowing Keith. That's all I'm gonna say. Just knowing him has given me an insight into ways of learning. Right? When he says, and I've had the same outlook. Right? Being a drug addict for most of my life, addicted to one substance or another, and being in those that are still struggling with addiction. And for a lot of years, we both looked at it as like we didn't want anything to do with those individuals who were struggling with addiction. When the reality is we need to embrace them, and he showed me that as well, right? Not just for people who are struggling from addiction, that those that we walk by and not say anything to, those are the ones that we need to stop and say something to, and he really opened my eyes to maybe not see the so narrow-mindedness that him and I both walked, and we were able to share that experience and open our mind and accept people for who they are, right? Regardless of where they're at in their life and their journey and their addiction or not. One of my Brian, this is for you. One of my things I want to do when I do get out is I want to help people who are struggling. I have no problem walking into Skid Row, if you will, underneath bridges and offering a helping hand. What is it? What do you need? Understanding trauma-informed care and how to be a better person to everyone, but also supporting those who are still in active addiction. It's not about, I say this all the time, it's not like, what the heck's wrong with you? It's like, what happened to you? And I'm here for that. And also, what do you need? If you're in active addiction and you're using needles, here's needles. People don't agree with that, but it's like, hold on a second. We're not going to stop them at this moment by not giving them needles.
All right.
What we're going to do is continue to spread disease and infections and stuff like that. If we don't give them needles, if we don't give them clean clothes, if we don't give them food, regardless of what they do with it, that's not what we're after. We're after to show them compassion. And hopefully that compassion and empathy for them gives them the courage to think positive about themselves, that they are worthy for me to come down in there and not be worried about infection, disease, and all these types of things. Is it there? Sure. Can I catch something? Absolutely. But you know what? But I can also relate to that. I've been there. I've been in the slums. I've been at the rock bottom, and nobody wanted to help me. And I say that now like that, like nobody wanted to help me. I didn't want anybody to help me because I didn't have positive self-worth, right?
Yeah.
I live every day in prison, and now with like peer support specialists and the stuff that, we've been doing this before this came along, but to just help other individuals and be out in the real world where, addiction and homelessness is running rampant right now. But also, it's just what I have found in helping other individuals is not only does it bring me a meaningful purpose, right, and have my life have purpose, but to see someone's face light up and hear their words when you allow them to speak about anything, whatever.
That's what brings me here. That's the whole reason. That's the whole reason I'm here.
Wait, Josh, I don't think you could hear. Go ahead. No, go ahead, Brian.
That's the whole reason I'm here, Josh. That's why I do what I do. It is to help people. That's what I echo what you just said.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
It's so rewarding in a way, when we think about, we keep going back to this phrase, right? How do we grow, and when I don't want to say we'll ever heal from these experiences, these negative experiences, but when we start to grow from these experiences, and this is part of what gives me that purpose, but also that drive to be a better person and to lead by example and show them that change is possible. Today, if you were to look at me, I have, in one sense, checked out of prison. Meaning, like, I don't dress. When they allowed us to wear Levi jeans in prison, I said I don't. Until they make us wear those fake blues again, I don't want to wear those clothes again. I have to wear a blue shirt, but I show people, and they always say, well, like, I look different. That's because I'm trying to look different, because I am different. Not that I'm different than you, but I'm not the person I was before, and I'm not an incarcerated person anymore. I'm still incarcerated, but in my mind, I'm free. And when they say that, because they look at me thinking I'm trying to impress people because I wear blue jeans. And I'm very fortunate that I can do that. I make sure that I try to carry myself differently. I walk differently. I talk differently. I dress differently, because I was labeled an inmate for 15 years.
Right.
2 years ago, when they gave us the jeans, and I want to show them that change is possible. And it's okay to wear these clothes and express yourself as how you want to express yourself. And that is, when we lead by example and show what is actually capable, what we're capable of doing, like a phoenix rising from the ashes. We can. My cellie, Robert, is just a beacon of light for me. He connects with those who are struggling, whether it be with mental health issues, whether it be with addiction, alcohol and drugs, self-loathing and all that. And it's a beautiful thing to see people who, as like Robert will tell him, how many days you got clean, brother? And they'll be like, I got 2 days clean. He says, all right, that's fucking great. You know why? Because the first 2 days are the hardest. And if you know what, you slip up, it's okay. Just pick yourself up and dust yourself off, and let's go again. So that's part of that.
Right.
And to see them, it's not beating them while they're down. And the penal system does that, right? You're no good. You're never going to change. You're going to be this way. Well, sure. Absolutely. Because you keep telling me that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a sad thing to see. Now we're part of the, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And how do we do that? If we can help one individual, that's a win.
Absolutely.
And, we live in a place that's full of negativity and stuff. So good things are happening here. I'm really hoping John can get up here to Echo Yard.
That would be great.
I honestly feel kind of, this is where I've had to learn that I have to do things for myself sometimes. Because I left a lot behind.
Mm-hmm.
I left John behind. I left my friend Chad. I met a lot of good people here. We were doing they're still doing a lot of positive stuff down there. I was involved in a lot of positive stuff, helping individuals change.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I work with the LGBT community. I'm very transparent, so I feel that I left, a lot of untied ties, if you will.
Right.
But I also had to learn what's best for me in the moment, right? Sometimes I had to do what was best for me. So I struggled with that, this week. It kind of didn't set right in my craw, if you will, because, it was abrupt. It was literally a phone call at 2:15, and we were gone by 4 o'clock. So within an hour, we were at the gate, ready to go somewhere else. So I didn't get to say goodbye to a lot of people.
Right.
And for me, these are my friends.
Yeah.
We have a lot of acquaintances, but when we do this work and help other individuals,
Right. Did Carell know you were moved? Does Carell know that?
No, he does now.
He does
But,
now. Okay.
I didn't get to say goodbye to anybody. I
Uh.
didn't get to say goodbye to Ramon. And I left everything I have up here. I'm volunteering right now for yard crew to clean up the
Right.
yard, sweep, and pull weeds and stuff just to stay busy. And so it was a big transition for me.
Absolutely.
But in the long run, I had to look at the big picture, right? As
Right.
John says, the big picture was I had to take this, step out of my comfort zone, and step into this in order for the big picture.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
it was better. But
You're doing good
now
things.
we-
You're doing good
people-
things.
Well, thank you.
You have
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can get some
Yep.
stuff and move on down the road. Not
Yep.
just kicking the can, actually pushing the boulder.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
well,
All
I
right.
appreciate the time. Brian, thank you for sticking around for the whole thing. I really enjoy your insight and your insight, man. I appreciate it, and thank you for believing in me. I appreciate that.
I'm not going to stop, man, until you prove me wrong. And it's we make plans, God makes moves.
That's right. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And our new friend and your new friend Pappy joined, so I'm
Yeah.
happy with that.
Yeah, Pappy's a good guy.
Yes, that was me. He took me back to fishing. Oh,
Yep.
so wonderful.
I know.
You'll be hearing more from me, brother.
He just hung up. I don't know if he'll call back, but if not, he'll be here next week, from what I understand.
Okay.
We do usually it's Josh and John I have on Thursdays, and Keith and whoever our special guest is on Fridays. We have the author of Prison Wives joining us tomorrow night with Keith. She'll be up here in the boxes. This is Tanette. Let me show. Tanette Jones. Oh, I think he's calling back to say goodnight. This is Tanette Jones. She'll be joining us tomorrow night.
Okay.
He's the author of Prison Wives. I think he's calling back because he
You have
didn't
a
get to say
prepaid call
goodnight.
from
He hates when that happens.
Josh Burcham.
If we're talking and that happens, he'll call me back because he don't like it hanging up without saying good night.
San Diego, California. This call and
And
your
thank
telephone
you,
number will
Lisa.
be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Hey, Josh.
She always
She cut you off.
She always cuts me off right when I'm saying something.
I know. I said that. I said he'll call back to say goodnight because I know you. Anytime it cuts off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Pappy was
I
saying
just
you'll
wanted
be
to
here.
say-
Pappy said you'll be hearing more from him.
Okay, wonderful. Great. If you guys have any ideas or concepts or something you guys would like to discuss, if not, we'll come up with something. Tonight, I like that, and just freestyle, just kind of, now I see what you guys do when you guys go over to Favorite It now, and you kind of just have a conversation. That was really, really nice. I enjoyed that.
Well, that's when we go, like sometimes when I'll go over to Favorite It at night after it, but I'm saying we do this on here. No, we do this like Pappy will go live or Brian will go live, and we just go in each other's lives and we just share things and talk. And like Pappy, he played Journey last night. We listened to music and we talked. Or was that the night before? That was the night
That's the
before.
night before.
Yeah, some people do crafts, just different things, different ideas.
Different things, yeah. Like music was good,
Wow,
conversation,
okay.
and we just hang out and talk, keep each other company. I think I told you one night it was myself, Bree, about 7 of us. We were live with April till 3:30 in the morning with Brian, right? We were just talking.
Yeah. It,
Remember? That was a good one. We
yeah.
just talked till it was like 3:30.
I can't wait to have Josh in those conversations.
I know, right?
And I'm always shocked when I look down and see Marge still there with us.
I'm always
Mhm.
there. I may not be able to get in the boxes all the time. I try. I
Uh-huh.
want, but when I take my breaks, it's usually I'm running to do this, getting that, doing this.
Gotcha.
But I'm going to do it more often. Like today, I enjoyed Andrew's live. You know,
Andrew, yeah.
and you were great with him. I love it. I love it because I'm in there with Andrew all the time. When recently with Bree and KJ, so I like to support him. He
Yeah,
was,
I like Andrew. He's a good kid.
yeah, he is.
He said, Pappy, are you going to buy my shirts when we get them made? Yes, sir, I am.
Yep. And
He's not afraid to be straight up with you, is he?
No.
you're right. You're right. But Josh, that's what we do. You know, we support each other. We have a good community. We just hang out and have fun.
Yeah, that was. That was just. It was just kind of refreshing just to sit around and like sit around a campfire.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
It's funny he says that with my picture. I sat by a campfire with wolves.
Right. That's his picture sitting by a campfire with wolves. Yep. That's your picture. And that's what we were doing. But Josh, I'll let you go.
Okay. Well, you guys have a wonderful evening, and I'll touch base with you this weekend, Marge.
Yeah,
And we'll talk to everybody next Thursday night.
absolutely. So yeah, touch base with me Saturday.
Okay.
We'll talk.
Good talking to you, Josh. Talk
Good
to you
night,
later.
brother.
All right, Brian. Happy you guys have a good evening.
All right.
Bye.
Good night. He's such a good guy. And I met him through Keith. He was one of my guests. And one of my guests became a good friend. I don't want to say I'm not friendly with all of my guests, but it's hard to be in touch with them, all of them.
Right.
Yeah, we do. I'll message them. I'll check on everybody. But Josh and John are just two I was introduced to him by Keith. He became a good friend of mine now. And then I met John through Josh. See how that it turns? Because Pat, do you have the Getting Out app? Is that what you use?
Do what?
Do you use the app for Gary Getting Out? The GTL?
Yes.
Yeah. So where most people have one or two friends on there, here's my list. This is everybody who calls me or writes to me. They've all been on.
Goodness
So
gracious.
look at
Yeah,
this. When my phone rings, I don't know who's calling. So
Marge
this is
has-
everybody I'm talking to.
Marge has connections.
The only one I get an idea because if I don't answer the phone or when it's a collect call, when it says Donovan, I know it's Josh or John or it could be Corral. But then the other Pleasant Valley, forget it because the rest of them are all over there. So I'll go through my app and I'll say, "Did you call? Did you call? Did you call? Call back."
Again, I thank you, Marge, for making the connection and giving the platform to do what you do. I connected with Josh, and if I can connect with them and help them, that's what I'm all about. It doesn't matter who it is. If I can connect with you and on the same wavelength, I guess I'm all in.
And what you would ask them to do to think about what his future would be like, or he started working on that the next day, and I loved it. Like it gives them something to do.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "I'm going to work on this," and he asked me, and I'm writing it on the board, and he was working on it the next day. Yep. So I appreciate you too. I really do.
Excuse me. But I mean, like 8 Ball. I mean, he's become a pretty good friend of mine the past few days. The other day, I was out there freezing my butt off trying to get my truck started. And he stayed on the phone with me for an hour and a half while I'm out there trying to get.
Oh, yeah. No
We
problem
just
with me.
we talked, had a good conversation, just getting to know each other.
I
I
met a lot of good people on here.
connections we all make and everything. I mean, the same thing like with Steven. I became good friends with him over again, like with you, Pappy, over the Sebastian Rogers case, and
Yeah.
Steven's like a son to me. He'll write. So he wasn't feeling well, like what last week it was, and I wrote to I'll write to him. I'll check on him because he doesn't always answer calls or call back.
No, he does not.
So it's not just me.
Oh no, everybody.
I know.
I'm
And it's
still on red.
when he did, this is what I got from him. Those little words. Thank you, Mom. I love you.
Yep.
That's exactly what he does. Thank you, Mom. I love you. He means the world to me. He really does. He's so special.
And I normally get, I'm okay, bud. Call me.
Yeah. Well, now, especially now that he's working, he's busy and he doesn't have as much time as from when he wasn't working, which I'm so glad he has everything together now. So,
Much better.
yeah, absolutely.
He's in a much better place now than he was, with his own thing going.
Right. Yeah. Right. Absolutely. Yeah. And I appreciate you like coming up, both of you. And well, Lady Jane's with me all the time, but I appreciate because for the longest time, Josh was saying, won't anybody get up in the box and talk to us? We would love to communicate with other people because I read all the comments to them. And I was like, for the longest time, I've been trying to get people up here. I think
I've looked forward for 2 weeks.
you know?
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to feel it out. I've been in here. I've been in your life, what, 3 or 4 times now? And I just kind of wanted to feel it out, what your platform was, what they're talking about, stuff like that. Tonight, I remembered the two guys. I hadn't met them, but I remember the two guys from a couple of weeks ago. And that's when I was kind of like, okay, let's try out my theory. These guys are incarcerated. Let's go back in. Let's go into the prison and see what they think.
Mm.
Well, I actually had a question tonight, but of course my kids came in here and talked to me.
Well, they're going to be back next week.
Well, remind me, I had a question.
Make sure you come up here again. Though you were on mute for a long time.
Well,
And
yeah, because they came in and started talking to me, and I'm like,
I love that they said that they're going to go take this into the courses they do. You just did with that, Happy, that they're going to use that.
yeah, good job, Pappy.
Give them tools. Give them tools. Let them build.
Well, it's fun when he even asks us in his live, because then we're all chit-chatting about it in the comments and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
So sometimes you just got to do the unordinary. So we've got 12 people in here right now. Some of you guys down in chat, what is that one thing that takes you back to your childhood and creates positivity in your life? What was the one thing, whether it be you ladies playing with your Barbie dolls? Was it the hula hoop?
Oh, the hula hoop.
Was it chasing boys around on the playground and pulling their hair? What made you happy? What was that one thing that made you happy? Lady J, since you're in the box, fire it off.
Well, Well, like the other night when we were talking, it was like Sundays at grandma's. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I totally, like, I don't think anything tops that.
80% of the time, since I've been asking this question, it's about grandpa's and grandma's house on the Sunday afternoon with fried chicken, picnic on the ground, whatever.
Yeah, that. And then I was not the oldest grandchild, but I was the oldest grandchild that lived around my grandparents.
Uh-huh.
And I was 10 years younger than their eighth or their seventh child. So I was like their unofficial eighth child. And I spent all summers with them. They had a fifth wheel camper and we camped everywhere. We just took it everywhere we wanted to go. And that was like the best childhood. Like you couldn't top it.
Absolutely. Good memory.
Absolutely.
Remembering all the times my mom was at my school volunteering and just always being there. That's
Yes.
priceless.
Absolutely.
You can think back, which if you're like me and you have plenty of time to do it, you do it often. But you think back, there's a lot of fond memories that we have, and even though we've been through, and I say we, I'm going to include everybody here. We've all been through trauma of some sort, some level, some more than others, certainly more than others. But we've all had good times, and for the most part, the good times have outweighed the bad. But we've got to take care of those that
We got to protect those memories.
And those that didn't have
like
such a good.
like Marge said earlier, the boys, when she was talking to him earlier, both of them always look at the positive.
Yes, and that's I say it's my fault in life is every bad situation I look at the positive of how could it have been worse, could have been a lot worse. Every situation could have been worse.
Yeah, my mother-in-law was like Marge, and she had lost her son when he was 19. And when I first met her, she lost her son in October, and she lost her dad in December. And she was an only child, so I couldn't even imagine losing your dad, being a daddy's girl, and your son 2 months apart.
Yeah.
And her son was killed tragically. He was electrocuted. So it was very traumatic. And she still always had a smile on her face till the day that woman died 30 years later. And I learned so much from her because she was always patient. She always smiled. And so like we'd be in traffic, and because we lived by St. Louis, and we'd be in rush hour traffic, and she was just always patient. Or something would spill, and she would just, oh, it's no big deal. Everything was no big deal. And like I've told Marge before, I'm very type A, so everything's a big deal if things are put where they're supposed to be for me. And she would be like, well, if we're sitting in traffic, it's because God wants us to be right here in this traffic, because he's keeping us from something, maybe an accident, maybe something that we're not supposed to be, 10 miles up the road. And she changed my whole perspective on things, that now that if I'm late to something, I was meant to be late because maybe I was supposed to be in that traffic. And I don't know how many times now that I started looking at it over the years that there was a bad accident up ahead and the traffic kept me from being in that accident, or, things like that. And it's all about the way that you look at things. And like you said, no matter what we've been through, you can still look at it positively.
Yeah, we're still here, and if by chance we're given the opportunity to wake up tomorrow, look at what we can do.
Yeah, that's a blessing.
Absolutely.
I look at it as tomorrow when I wake up, I'm going to get to hug Jenna. I'm going to get to hug KJ. I'm going to get to hug Bree. and everybody else, Sarah Sue, all the people.
And please hug them for us.
You'll be on live when I do it.
You better give an extra hug to Bree from me. Because remember, we share custody.
That's right. I'll probably pick her little ass up and throw her somewhere.
That's right.
Do it early before she wets herself.
That might make her wet herself.
Right?
She's not peeing on my leg. I'm just giving you that heads up. I'm not going to let her pee on my leg.
I had a call in the other night. Oh, that girl, she cracks me up. Like, I'll turn on the live and she's doing cartwheels in the movie theater. Like, she's back and forth.
Yeah, you never know what she's going to do. That's what makes it so hysterical to be in her life.
If my daughter and my little sister had an offspring, if you, that's what you would get. Yeah, it's.
And Katie, I know. Me and Katie, unfortunately, share that pain of losing a child.
Yeah, my younger sister, that I lost my younger sister, so that was she'll forever be 29. So,
Yeah.
But think of all the memories that you have with those people, the fond ones, the happy memories.
I learned that. Yeah, absolutely.
It's, and just like I said, the easy thing we do is we look at the trauma. That's what we. But there's so much more. Oh man, we had a blast as a kid.
Yeah.
But we make plans and God makes moves, and
I like that. I like when you said that.
Yeah, I like that. Absolutely.
And and I hate to say it this way because I don't want anybody to take it the wrong way. But when everybody says I'm sorry for your losses, I'm sorry for everyone's gain, because we are only here until we are not to be here anymore. God takes us in his timing, his will. When our purpose is served on earth, he takes us home. So I'm looking forward to that day because I'm going to be with my dad again. So I'm not sorry for the losses. I'm here for the celebration, and that's what we're doing for Jenna this weekend, because they were never able to celebrate her life. So let's go celebrate who she was. No mourning, nothing, just celebrate who she was. And when I lost my dad, it took me a long time to realize you've got to look at all the positive things that he put in me.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's not a loss, because I still have conversations with my dad daily. I miss seeing him. I miss hugging him. And I'm sorry that I don't get to do that temporarily.
Right.
But that day will come when we'll be with our loved ones again.
Absolutely.
So I'm happy for them that they're no longer having to go through what we're going through down here, the trials and the tribulations.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they don't have to be part of this
Crazy
world anymore.
And Jenna joined us the first night 2 weeks ago, and we had Josh and John on. And you know what she said? And she said, if someone would say they're sorry to me about my sister, I would be okay with that. When she heard how they apologized and for what they've done and the people they hurt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To me.
Good people make bad decisions. And as bad as I hate to say it, sometimes some things that are done some people think that they should go somewhere, and I may give them another chance, if you know what I'm saying. Because people, thank goodness, 16, 25, I was a hellion. I think all boys are.
Of course we are. Keep talking. I'm done. I was just adding to your comment. I'm your color man.
Yeah, I lost my train of thought there. The point I was going to make it.
Well, as I was telling the guys earlier, we come all through life. We come up on forks on the road. Sometimes we take the wrong path, but it's going to come back around. You're going to have another choice. You've got another path to take. You can get back on the right track.
That's right.
If you keep making the wrong decisions, though, you're just going to keep dwindling away from where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to teach Josh his first Japanese word. Maybe his third or fourth, who knows? But as a small tool, I'll give him. It's something that will help him in his daily life. I like to give him those tools because he's willing to use those tools.
He is. That he is. And I'm so thankful. Like he has his dad, just his dad. He goes and sees him every Saturday. And the best thing he tells me, I don't like to sit and like get stuff out of the vending machine, but you know what? We get ice cream. We eat ice cream after ice cream. I love it. I love hearing that. But his dad's there every Saturday.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He certainly carries a lot of conviction, and I love that in him. That's
He does.
it sounds like he had a tough week with it. I understand, but I admire him more for the work that he done there. You know.
Yep.
Bree did text me about 30 minutes ago. She has been picked up. She's on her way to the hotel for the airport in the morning.
You're right.
That's good.
So she's in transport right now.
Is she far? Like, is her ride far tonight?
I'm sorry?
Does she have a long ride tonight to the hotel or no?
About an hour and a half from her home.
Okay.
So she's going to the hotel now, and then she's got to be at the airport at 7 a.m.
Is she staying in St. Louis tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's staying in St. Louis
She
tonight.
said she didn't have a ride, but I'm like, I'm closer to St. Louis than I am where she's at. So I'm like, I could take her to the airport, but I can't go get her from where she's at.
Yeah.
See,
So
she's ready to the last minute, but now she has it all together. She's ready. She's gone.
she drives me crazy sometimes with that.
She was making me nervous. I'm not
You-
happy. My clothes aren't washed. I don't have this. Oh God. I was like, oh my God.
I
She's been
was
trying to.
panicking.
She's forgotten to get a charger for 3 days.
Oh,
She's got one. I've got like 3 or 4, so I'm going to make sure I've got some extra for her to take home with her.
Right. Because I'm telling you, she has a heart of gold. When you didn't have your electric, I was on the one night with her, and she was going crazy trying to get you a generator.
She
I
sure
know.
was.
I know. I got a phone call from 8-Ball. I got a phone call from Rachel. I got a phone call, or no, Becky Joe. It was Becky Joe. Then I got about 2 or 3 phone calls from Bree. Are you okay? You okay? You okay? Yeah, I'm fine, baby girl. You know, I'm good. I've got one of those generators that it's good for camping. I got one heater in the bedroom, so I'm good. But it was pitch black in here. It was.
Well, I'm excited. I wish I could have joined you guys, but this time I can't do it. And I'm heading to Philadelphia this month, so
Very cool.
see my grandkids. My son's 2 children, so I'll be heading there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait.
I'm going to drop off here, Marge, and shoot my daughter a message. Good night.
Hey,
And
brother, I love you.
love you, brother. Y'all take care, and really enjoyed it.
Thank
Good
you.
night,
Y'all have a
Abel.
good night.
I'll be in touch with you.
Okay, thanks, Marge.
Later, Abo.
We'll see y'all later.
He's amazing. He's a good guy.
Now that he's gone,
Stop.
I'm waiting for the chat to spring up. I heard that.
He's amazing. I was actually texting with him before this. I had to reach out to him for a couple things, but I'm so glad he decided to join. And he has Josh on his toes. I love it. I love it. But
Yeah, you got a good thing going with this platform.
yeah, I enjoy it. I never had anyone in prison. People think I'm related to like Keith because I met him one here. I met him on TikTok through another person who was doing this. He was friends with her husband who was formerly incarcerated, and then she didn't want to do this anymore. And Keith was like, "I want to keep going. I just want to keep going." I said, "Let's do this," and we haven't stopped. It's like a year and a half now. We haven't stopped.
So you and I knew each other before you was even doing this.
Absolutely. Yep. Yes, we did. Yep.
Because I wasn't aware that you were doing this until about a month ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I came on here like around the time with Sebastian, but I didn't start doing this till, after that.
Right.
But yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because, my perspective has changed a lot since the Gary Sutton situation. I always felt that, if you're on the road, you're on the road. You're put on the road for a reason. And now I see so many cases that are judged incorrectly, no evidence, no, so it's changed my perspective on a lot. And that's why I'm really stepping in with the Gary Sutton situation. And now any way I can help with these guys, let me know.
Absolutely. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I haven't heard any updates, Katie. Nothing. He has helped Caroline. I see all the lives, and I see when you're, on her live and you talk to her. I'm always there. Yeah. And I love seeing you with her family, with her brothers, and her brother. I saw you,
Yeah, Jamie
yeah. Mhm.
and Cassandra. Cassandra, the day we had that press conference, I met her before she had her little speech up there. As we got there, I was introduced to the family. But when she finished with her speech and the camera stopped rolling, she looked straight at me and she just walked straight to me and collapsed and wanted a big bear hug.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it might be because I'm older, I'm bald, and I have a gray beard.
I
Because
think
if you look at me and Gary,
yeah.
and then me and Gary, when we get on the phone together, it's just kind of like, oh no, you didn't. Well,
I love to hear him talk.
I can't hardly ever get a breath on the edge. I have to interrupt him just to talk.
Oh, okay.
And I think you guys know how much I like to talk.
Just loved it, all this, with Gary, and just because I couldn't imagine all those years behind bars for what?
Yeah.
Shouldn't be there and on the row, and it breaks my heart.
Well, I think I shocked her that day I was doing the flyers because while she was still meeting with Gary, while she was visiting with Gary, I did about 260 of them.
No, I saw you walking up and down and talking to people, and yes, you did. You got through a lot of those, most of those.
And then I left about 40 of them for her to do, and we went to that church parking lot, and she got a chance to share with them as they were coming out of church.
Yeah, that was perfect. Yep. Gonna paint a picture for country. Oh, okay. A lot of them do that. A lot of them like to paint. Like my co-host Keith. I mean, I don't know if you saw, and I share this for people who haven't, right next to me. These are all the books my co-host wrote. This is my co-host Keith Erickson with the dog program. Here's his picture. That's Keith.
Awesome.
And that's one book, Unleashed. This is another book, Fiona and Finn. These are two of the dogs from Wiley's Wishes. There's Keith again. And then here's his story of his life, Trauma Unraveled. He just put this book out about a month ago, maybe a month and a half. And right now he's working on, because we requested, he's working on a children's coloring book.
That's
So
awesome.
that will be released anytime now. Oh, yeah, my gosh. That's going to be released anytime now.
Do you see
And
what Carolyn down here is writing? See, I didn't know that he was doing a wolf for me. So we were in the live one night, and he's on the phone, and he's kind of like, "Yeah, I've been over here painting on this wolf, painting on this wolf, painting on this wolf." and Carolyn's going, because trying to overspeak him on the wolf. And then I was in the box, and I said, "Hey, Gary, it's Pappy." He says, "I'm fixing your wolf now." She was kind of like, "Damn it."
And yes, to your answer, Caroline, yes, he is in prison. He's in prison. He's my co-host on Friday nights. He sets all this up for me to do, but he is in prison in California. He sets this all up. He introduced me to these people. He sets up the guest. He does the questions for me. And I show up. I got it made, I'll tell you.
You do have it made.
I tease him. I say, I feel like you're the host and I'm the co-host, because that's what I was just showing them. I don't know if you were here. Like, this is what he's working on tonight. It says questions. And these are the questions for our guest tomorrow night. And he writes all my questions, sends them to me. I send them to the guest to go over them. And then I look over them. Then he tells me what I'm reading, what he's reading. He's really pushy sometimes. I don't know. I tease him. You're a little pushy. But yeah, he has 3 books. They're all on Amazon. And we just became good friends just doing this. And I'll tell you what, I traveled a lot. I go on cruises. I've been almost everywhere, but I have never been to California. And guess what? The day this man walks out of prison, guess who's going to be outside that prison?
That's awesome.
Yeah, I absolutely will.
I've been to 48 states in 5 different countries. I've never been to Hawaii, and I've never been to Alaska. But I've been to 5 different countries in 48 states.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm lucky to know some of these men, and like I said, I stayed friends with a lot of them.
I'm just glad that, the rehabilitation has worked for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And Keith heads the dog program. He heads the dog program at that prison. They do service dogs. He trains service dogs. I think right now they have 40 service dogs that they're training in prison.
Very cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Guys, I think I'm going to lay down and try to get a few hours sleep.
Get up early.
Yeah, well,
Thank you for joining.
I've set my alarm for 6 a.m.
6.
But you know what'll end up happening? I'll start roaming the streets here in a few minutes and not be able to sleep and end up in somebody else's box.
I do that. I fall asleep and I wind off hearing somebody yelling my name. It's like, oh man. I try to do what Sarah Sue says to not get thrown into another box, but sometimes I forget.
I don't worry about it. I figure somebody will love me.
Right.
They'll tuck me in
Yeah.
because it normally goes like Sarah Sue or whoever, and then I end up in Mom's, and then I end up in Phoenix, and then I end up somebody trying to sell me a pogo stick.
Right. Do you know I don't live far from Mom? We're going to get together and we're
That's
going to
awesome.
do it in person. Yep.
I love Mom to death.
Yep. We're trying to arrange that because we're not far from each other.
There's not. I don't think there's anybody on this app that I really hate. I don't agree with some, but as far as I don't think there's anybody on the app that I hate.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But if you start accusing me of something I haven't done, then we might turn that around.
Absolutely.
The Nancy case is keeping a lot of people up, and I hate to say it, but I really wish they would hurry up and get that case figured out, so that way we can get back to some of the others that have taken a back burner.
Absolutely. I agree there. I said that today. Yep. We need to get, moving on others. It's so true.
I mean, it's great, to have that, but
But
I
everyone,
think they've got the top people in the country already working on it. There's nothing that we're
There's
going to be
nothing
able.
anybody on the internet's going to figure out that
Yeah,
they aren't
that's what
going
I'm
to
saying.
figure
There's
out.
nothing that we can do to make that any faster. When there's probably another 5-year-old or 4-year-old, 3-year-old, something has gone missing in the past 48 hours. Several of them have gone missing since all this started.
yeah,
But anyway,
I hear you. Well, you get some rest or at least just lay down.
I'm already laying down. What are you talking about?
I should have known better.
All right, you guys, I'll talk at you tomorrow during my journey.
Be safe while you travel.
I'll be looking for you.
All right, love y'all.
All right, love
Good
you.
night.
Good
Bye.
night.
That was amazing to have, everybody up here. I really enjoyed that. And I know the guys appreciate it. And I appreciate it too.
That has to make them feel so good to get to talk to other people that they don't get to talk to.
Does, because you know what? We talk, they call me on the weekend and they're very respectful of my time. They just don't call me. They will message me and say, is it okay if I call you? And they'll give me a time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll in return say, well, that don't work. Call me this time. And they're very respectful of my time. And they're just they're very thoughtful. So, and I think they just like hearing from other people. And this really made them, oh my God. The first time Josh was like a kid in a candy store. He was
I
just
remember that was so cute.
really was. Absolutely. But well, I'm gonna call it a night because I'm gonna sign off and get ready, get my shower together, and then I'll be roaming the streets too. We'll be
Me
on
too, girly. Me too. I'm going to go back to munching on my pretzels and ice cream.
Oh, that sounds perfect.
Good night, Katie. Good night, everyone. Good night, Marge. I'll see you around the streets.
I'm not going to go over to Favorite It tonight because it is 11:30 now, so I'm just going to end it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going to end it here, and I'll be back tomorrow, probably around 2 o'clock. I'll come on around 1:32 tomorrow. But, well, thank you, everyone, for joining. I appreciate you. It was a really good live. Thank you so much. Thank you for the likes, the shares, the gifts. Just being here, I appreciate everyone. So, everyone, be safe. Have a good night. And thank you to my mods for helping me tonight. As usual, you are always here for me. And good night, Katie. And I will talk to everyone tomorrow. Good night, guys. Love you.